That's still weird. Okay, so you awake the next morning in Maris. The villagers, having thrown a small party for you to celebrate you helping them, is now slowly coming to its slightly hungover feet. You are currently set up in the inn where you've been given a room for the evening.
I take a slurp of a beer left over from the night before and rouse the others with a grin on my face.
Okay.
Are we... Okay, yeah.
So you're all awake in the room now, and Minstrel has a very flat beer.
Delicious.
While he's not looking, can I put a little bit of my special spirit in there?
Make a sleight of hand check.
What's this alcohol called? Sleight of hand check.
For the minute, Furbolg Spirit will do.
Roll 1d20. Sleight of hand. Oh, +1, so 12.
So, Minstrel, what is your passive perception?
10.
So he manages to slip. How much of it do you want to put in his drink?
Not much, just a nip. Like half a shot. Just give it a bit of a
Give it a bit of a kick.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pop that into his beer. He's still holding.
No, I only took a swig as I got up.
Oh, okay. So it's now on. It's in a random beer on the side. One of them
Oh,
is
he's
kicks the poison beer.
He's retconning. Kick him. Kick him from the gill.
He would have drank it. I'm sure.
He may have drink it. He doesn't know it's there.
I brush my teeth. I pluck my eyebrows and I take another swig of my drink.
Uh-oh.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
But it's got water in it this time.
It was in ale.
Can I have one for myself as well? Is there any more ale around?
12. It being watered down, it's not going to damage your intelligence, thankfully. You do still feel it as a nasty kick at the back of your head. 7. It once again damages your intelligence.
No, it's 9.
My apologies, 9.
If it says +2, but it's got a black dot next to it, what does that mean? It's +4?
Yes.
So it's 11.
Constitution, yeah, 11. Okay, so again, you can feel it strongly hitting the back of your head, but it's not going to knock you down a peg.
I'd like to wake up, or rather go have a conversation with that green thing that's been following us around for a while.
Yes.
I also want to.
No, I want to speak to him.
You could speak. I'm just going to stand there looking intimidating.
I'm going to stand there looking handsome.
Good luck with that.
Hi, Ludwig.
Hi, Minstrel.
I have a proposition for you.
Yeah. Yes.
I leave it hanging in the air to build suspense.
Okay.
Go on then, you bloody fool.
My dear friend, as you know, me being of a noble background and not being well versed in the ways of combat,
I've just met you. I have no idea what your background is.
We had introductions. Have you forgotten already, my dear
He
friend?
wasn't there for those. Remember?
He was there for the introduction. We all said hello.
No, that was on the cart on the way to Maris the first time. He missed all the background information.
I don't think we actually introduced ourselves properly. Just
You kind of just grabbed him and dragged him to go fight a dragon.
Ludwig, I'm like a merchant and I'm very famous, except I'm still in college. And I've kind of done a runner from that. But while we were fighting that dragon, I did come across a weapon, which, although it seems brilliant for my uses, may have presented itself it may have caused an opportunity to present itself for me to turn a profit. Would you like to hear my proposition?
Always.
Well, as I may have touched on a minute ago, I'm obviously of noble bloods, and that brush with that Naga has kind of made me think about my mortality a little bit. I don't really want to die. I'm only 18. My proposition for you, ... is I will gift you my flame-tongued short sword in exchange, because it's always an exchange with us merchants, for a 25% cut of any profits turns in the next week, and your protection.
Deal. That's a easy. I mean, it's a very hard deal that you drive, but I guess I'll have to accept.
And obviously, as part of your protection, that will in fact mean you're going to be with us for a while. Because I know we said we were going to kill a dragon, but as it turned out, did not happen. So I'd like you to stick around, and for as long as you hold the sword, I would like you to ensure no harm comes to my noble, delicious half-elf blood.
Balador is visibly upset that you didn't choose a 7-foot orc to protect you.
He's looking to turn a profit, so maybe he couldn't make one from you.
I'll gladly protect you for as long as I've got the sword. And of course, if I fail, then you'll be dead, so it still works out.
Exactly. Wait, no. So I hand the flame-tongued short sword to Ludwig and re-equip my rapier.
Okay. Ludwig, I assume you're going to be equipping that?
Didn't you discard your rapier?
No, it was in my treasure. I moved it into my bag.
Also, as a quick recommendation, Minstrel, you may want to give him the activation word.
Oh, and also I realise that this being an enchanted sword that catches a light when a certain phrase is turned, I will, in good faith, provide you this word free of charge. The word is get lit.
Good. Mr. DM, are there any wizards or magical item appraisers in this village?
You could ask, but the last time you were here, it felt like it was quite a ramshackle village. There was one person you knew who definitely used magic.
Oh, is he the dead guy?
We are heading back to the Adventurers Guild, so there might be someone in that town.
Right. Shall we look around about trying to hire a cart back home?
Can't we just fly on the dragon's back?
Well, they're protecting the village now, isn't she?
You could ask.
I mean, won't the Adventurers Guild have supplied a
But
cart?
guys,
How would they know when you finished?
Send a raven!
Yeah, let's just send a message.
I'm proficient in vehicles, open brackets, land, close brackets.
While you guys are discussing this, I'm going to pop downstairs and play a game of dice with
Okay.
NPC.
Okay, so you'll be playing with one of the people still in the tavern. So there's the old drunk you met before your quest.
I wouldn't mind joining you for a game after.
Oh, you unholy bastard.
Well,
Okay, I would like to approach said elderly man and challenge him to a game of dice.
He looks up at you, still visibly drunk from the night before, and says, I have a small proposition on that front.
Yes, I'm all ears.
If you win, I pay you the coin. If I win, you do me a favor.
Oh,
Deal. But when you say the coin, what level of bet are we making here?
Say 5 gold pieces?
Yep, I think we'll give that a go.
Okay. So for this one, just roll 1d20, higher number wins. Merrick, are you in for this as well?
yeah, I'll put 5 in.
Sure. So everyone roll a d20. I'll do mine actually into the thing.
Just to check, Craig, do I get to roll twice, considering my proficiency is dice games?
No, you get to add 2 to your result.
Whoa!
That one, you got the lowest possible result. Merrick and the drunk draw. So to see who takes the pot, roll again, Merrick.
wait, doesn't he get punished for a critical fail?
Not in that one. How did I get 2 sevens? Oh well.
Yes.
So Merrick takes
Is that 15
Minstrel's
or
5
10
gold.
goes to?
and 5 gold from the old drunk.
Nice. Gives me a nice 200 round total.
Teacher to gamble.
I spit on the floor and wonder what's become of our priest.
I'm
That's no
drinking
rule
again
for
now as
gamble.
well.
Drinking, gambling, slaying
Battle.
lawful good creatures.
Yeah,
I'm
He's going to change his alignment to neutral good soon.
yeah, my faith in Merrick is waning.
Well, his god's kind of something of a Viking, so he kind of gets away with it.
yeah.
Is there anyone
Wait,
else in the cabin? Can I see anyone else or anything else?
You've got the bartender, who is now a short halfling man, who you recognise as one of the guards who was at the gates before, and his wife is also milling around, tidying up from the night before, who you met the first time you were here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember.
I wait for the others to come down.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
I come down while this dice game's going on, and I'll go to the bar and inquire about breakfast.
The halfling you spoke to at the gate, who I now need to pull back up again. 2 seconds.
Already been about 8 seconds.
Sorry, give me a second. There we are. Yes. Now, what would you like for breakfast? We still have some bacon left, or there's eggs, or...
Yeah, I'll have dumplings, please.
Breakfast dumpling.
Yep.
I'll see what I can knock up as he heads back into the kitchen.
6 dumplings.
6. Okay.
As he is back in the kitchen, I'd like to try my hands at swiping the coin purse from under the counter.
Do you want to look and see if there's any coins under the counter first?
Well, yeah. I would have thought after a big celebration there would be coin, but yes. I
Do you
will.
think they'd leave
have-
it there?
Quite
Yes.
possibly.
Also, do you think people were paying for drinks during a celebration?
What kind of inn would not charge for drinks during a celebration? That is poor business practice. And me as a merchant,
Yeah, but it's kind of we're all not going to die sort of
Where is,
drink.
where is
well,
the
okay, I would like to have a look to see if there is any coinage to swipe.
Okay, make a perception check.
Perception.
Nine. There's nothing you can see that stands out to you. There's a few jugs over the back and mostly dirty glasses or ale mugs on the counter.
I would like to swipe an empty ale mug.
Go ahead. Make a sleight of hand check. You think you put it in without being seen? I don't know, you like the number 9?
right? Can I ask the innkeeper's wife about transport to Iredale,
She looks...
if there is any?
Yep, sure. She gives you a quick look over and says, I'm sure the elder could rustle you up something. If you were but to ask.
Where is this
Where does
elder?
he live?
You've been to his house before. You
Yes,
visited
of course.
him.
I remember him well.
There we go.
I, jangling with the ale mug in my pocket, get up and start to follow Balador.
Okay.
I think
Wait,
I'll
I'm
join him
not
too.
going yet. I'm waiting for my dumplings.
Oh, yeah. At
Golly.
which point, we'll have the bartender come back out with what appears to be 6 fried eggs.
I look at it and let out a big sigh and say, "That'll do," and flip him one silver piece.
Which he kindly takes and then hands you half a mug of ale.
Oh, as well as the eggs.
As I say, he wasn't really inclined to charge you anything for it, considering you kind of saved the entire village, but
Nice. And then I say to him, "I'm not that familiar with your human currency. How many silver pieces are in a gold piece again?"
10.
10, right? So I've got 9. Okay, right. I eat my eggs and drink my ale.
I'm standing at the door anxiously, fidgeting with the ring on my finger.
Okay.
The ring.
I'm ready to leave whenever.
Yeah, I'm ready to leave now.
Can
Aren't you guys hungry? I say.
I'd take some rations.
Fair enough.
I want to try and buy like a little cask of ale or something, some booze to take with me, like a sizable amount.
Okay. He brings up from behind the bar one of the drums of the blackberry ale you were drinking last night. It says that'll be 5 gold.
I hold out 2 gold and I say, "What can I get for this?"
A room for the night? He instead heads to the back and takes down a bottle of wine.
I interject and say, "Oh, he's a good friend of mine, by the way."
Very well. 2 gold. And please spread the word of our high quality ales.
Of course I will. I'll spread it far and wide. What was the name of this place again?
This is the Maris Village Pub.
Okay.
Pub of the Halls of Glom.
The Halls of Glom.
Again.
City of Glom.
Oh, yeah, you may want to have a look at that.
Put that there, but yeah, there you go. It's done now.
Yeah.
Well, I assume we start making our way to the elders' place of residence.
Try and get a
Yes,
ride back home.
I'm going to knock on his door, and I'm going to knock on his door.
Okay.
Oh.
He, at a surprising pace, is already by the door. You are invited into his home.
Can we have a description of him as well, please?
Sure. If you don't remember it. He is a human male, probably in his mid-60s to early 70s.
He's
He
not the
has
one with the imp, is he?
grey hair with brown eyes and small burns over the front of his arms.
Yeah, the imp guy was the mayor of the other place.
I cautiously enter his abode, the whole time locking eyes with the village elder, twitching with anger.
Very well.
Intimidated.
He would like to say, "Ah, yes, our heroes, please come in. Would you like to take a seat at the table? I was just fetching something for you." As he now hands to Merrick a small piece of paper with a single word on it. This is the activation word for the dagger I handed you the other day.
Dagger.
How many of you remember what that dagger does and what it looks like before I re-describe it?
I have absolutely no memory of it.
All I have written down was Adventurer's Reward dagger thing.
Okay, it is the glass dagger that he demonstrated shooting a lightning bolt
at
the start of the campaign.
Oh, that might have come in handy.
Oh, yes.
The word on the piece of paper is spark.
I look to Minstrel and I say, the fabled dagger of the Halls of Glom.
I actually, in this occasion, do not hear Balador as I'm anxiously playing with my ring, staring at the village elder.
He is now regarding you somewhat strangely, but has now taken his seat and pours out tea for anyone who wants it.
I decline the tea.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm going to accept the tea, but I'm going to put some Furbolg spirit in it.
Fair enough. He pours you out a small cup of tea. Now, what did you come here to ask, my...
Is everyone sitting?
Everyone is currently sitting.
With the exception of me, obviously, because I refused.
Yes.
I would like to, keeping my eyes on the village elder.
Yep.
Walk round the room to behind him, please. So I want to be standing behind where he is, looking inwards at the table.
Okay.
Tempting to intimidate him or something.
Right, I say, yes, I'm afraid we can't stay very long because we have a meeting back in Iredal. But didn't you say something about a reward for us solving your problems?
Ah, yes, the dagger was the bonus. The gold has been sent to head to the Adventurers Guild to be divvied out amongst your party.
Cut the village elder off by approaching him and slitting his throat with my rapier.
Make an attack roll.
What? Hold on, I'm sat right in front of it.
Can I
I'm getting
interrupt
blood
this?
motion.
You can try. Make a. I'm going to say athletics because you're going to try and catch his arm before he does it.
Okay.
It's got to be higher than his attack roll.
Right. Yeah.
Can I roll to put my hand over my drink before blood?
I'll wait
Make
for
a sleight of
attack
hand
roll.
check.
Oh no! Oh,
Tit.
I'll wait for the attack roll and then.
oh! I critically failed.
It's a 1. You knock your tea over.
Oh, that's a waste of all of that.
And both of us sitting here waiting to press enter, Merrick.
13-22. Unfortunately, he makes the attack and slits the throat of the village elder. Blood now pours over the table.
I'm
His body then collapses.
playing with the blood that I've just been sprayed in.
Right, I say to Minstrel, care to explain yourself whilst
Why? Just
whilst
kill him.
hurriedly closing curtains and shutting doors and hoping that nobody notices.
Yeah, why'd you kill him? We were done here. We were leaving.
I don't know. I just something seemed off. I just have this overwhelming urge to. I say rubbing my hands. I had to kill him.
Do any of us notice that he's like rubbing his hand and just like how he's acting weird?
I'd say based on passive perception, yeah, everyone's going to notice it. He's definitely acting odd.
Can't
I
find out
say,
why.
well, what an unfortunate turn of events. And then I'm going to start looting the room.
Did he even tell us about our ride out of here before he got killed?
He did not. He did not get that far. He was about to ask why you were here this morning, and then
Am I,
death.
am I covered in blood then, I assume, from that critical
Uh,
fail?
Everyone who was sat at the table has some blood on their front.
So I say,
Didn't say I
as,
wasn't
as,
at the
as,
table.
I'm, as I'm looting the room, so I guess I'll roll a perception or something, will I, to find stuff?
Investigation.
Gareth Keenan investigates.
Oh,
I
yeah.
say, how are we going to get out of this without anyone noticing?
It'll be a long walk back to Iredale.
Look, I'm sorry.
19. Okay. Balador, you've managed to find the old
21.
man. 21, my apologies. So definitely you managed to find both the old man's former armor set, which is a chain shirt, and from his days as an adventurer, and a small bag of gold coins containing 36 gold pieces, 5 silver pieces, and 13 copper pieces.
Nice. I'm not going to share it.
Okay.
36, so I'm on 306.
36, 9, 13.
306.
Suggest we get cleaned up and then leave.
Okay. What do you want to clean yourself up with?
Chain shirt.
Uh,
Is the
can I
chain shirt
have something?
medium armor?
He's got water in the house.
Chain. Well, he was making tea, so we'd assume he'd definitely have some source of water.
Fine.
So
So we'll
anybody
say
else
there's
in the
still a
house?
jug worthwhile. There's no one else in the house, thankfully. His home seems to primarily be a single table, a fireplace, a bed, and some shelving. It's not a large house. It's not a fancy village.
I think seeing as I was going to go stop him, I'm assuming I wasn't in the splash zone.
We'll say, yeah, you're probably not too covered.
Okay.
You got a little bit here and there.
Can I
Chain
drag
shirt
his
is
body
medium armor.
under the bed and try and hide it a little bit?
Go for it.
While this is all going on, I'm anxiously standing near the door, keeping a lookout, rubbing my hands, top of my hands, and being a bit in shock.
Okay.
I want to go up to Minstrel and like try and pat him on the back and just be like, "You feeling all right, mate?"
Okay.
Let's have a
Yeah.
look over him.
Yeah, it's just something was off. I had to kill him.
Did he deserve it?
Presumably, I mean, it's just he disgusted me. It's just disgusting.
Have you ever had problems before with hating old people?
No, this is the first time I've ever felt like this. It's just I don't know what's happened. It's like something came over me and a red mist descended, and I just had to do him.
Right. What have you picked up in the last couple of days that might have made you do that?
Who have you been shagging? Yeah.
I doubt it's an STD that makes you kill old people.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant by picked up.
No, I mean, you equip something.
Can you just quickly confirm what this chain shirt is? Is it medium armor?
It's just a medium armor. The AC 13, max dex 2.
I'm gonna leave that, and well, anybody who wants to take it can take it.
Anyone want the chain shirt?
I think I'll be alright with my scale mail.
I would like to.
You don't use any armor. Remember, your armor's actually higher without it.
Yeah, I need it on.
You don't even need to wear it.
Right. I say, well, we shouldn't hang around too long. We should probably try and get out of here without being seen.
Okay, I'm going to say for ease, you used some water from his drinking jug to wet the bed sheets and wipe the blood off before tucking them also under the bed with the corpse Ludwig has concealed.
Yeah, I've done this before.
And I say, I guess we're walking to...
I'll say. So you're going to set off on foot back to Iredale.
Mm.
Well, I don't think we have a choice unless there's some horses we can steal.
I think as Ludwig's being charged with looking after Minstrel, I think he should keep an eye on him on the way back.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I at some point try and...
I agree. While rubbing my hands.
Can I at some point try and get Merrick's attention?
Sure. We'll say you set off from the village, heading off on the path through the forests, and then start heading along the path, walking. We'll say Ludwig and Minstrel up front, Balador and Merrick slightly further behind.
Right, I'm
having a brief conversation.
Yes.
I'm going to say to Merrick, I'm not sure if we could trust the elf anymore. Perhaps we should keep him restrained just for safety purposes.
Something suspicious about him.
Yeah.
And the rubbing of the hands.
Rubbing of the hands? I didn't notice this.
Did it several times.
Right. Well, shall we? If we restrain him, though, one of us has to carry him. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're big and strong and elephant-like. Would you be up for carrying him?
If you can bind him.
Okay. At which point I'm going to calmly walk up to Minstrel with a big smile on my face.
Okay, begin by making I would need Balador to make a deception check and Minstrel to make a deception check.
And then while this is going on, I'd like to explain the plan to Ludwig so he doesn't freak.
Okay.
He knows what we're doing for his own safety.
20. Okay.
I got 2, so...
Yeah, 14 against 20. Minstrel, you know something is wrong. You're not quite sure what, but it's definitely a fake smile.
I want to put my guard up.
Okay.
I'm very wary of why Balador's approaching me.
I'm going to attempt a grapple.
Okay. Since he's aware of this coming and has seen something definitely coming, make a athletics check with disadvantage, and Minstrel make an acrobatics check to avoid him.
Athletics. So I've got +3 athletics and a black dot. Does that make it +5?
Yeah.
What check am I doing?
Acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh god, that's like his best feat. Oh.
As he approaches, I start screaming, "You're not going to get it! It's mine! It's mine! Mine!"
Balador, you need to roll again because you had disadvantage.
Oh.
Belongs to me!
Oh,
25!
21 sticks.
Yeah, 21 stays. Okay, you definitely catch him.
It's mine!
I'd like to tie him up and then call Merrick over and say, which hand was it?
Well, he's mentioned the ring, so I reckon we need to take that off his finger.
Right. I turn him
Don't take
over
my
and
ring.
pull his-
Not.
I turn him over
It's
and pull his
mine.
pants
My
down and
precious.
spread his ass cheeks. Oh, you meant the
Yeah.
other ring.
We're going to take that ring on his finger off him.
Okay. As you attempt to remove it, it appears to be stuck fast.
I'd like to do some kind of check.
Okay, make a religion check.
As well. Yeah, religion's good for me, I think. So I just need to check my. Okay, yeah.
$11. You're guessing based on the fact it's altering his behavior and you can't take it off. It must be cursed in some form.
Mm,
How the
Don't
hell do you?
think I can.
I turn to the tortoise and I say, "You're a wise man of the world. How does one lift a curse?"
Would I have any idea how to lift a curse?
Make a history check.
Oh shit! I'm actually proficient in history and I have high intelligence.
I might be able to if it's a history check.
18. Don't worry about it. You recall from your days as a pirate that many of the sailors who believed they were cursed would fetch holy water from a church.
I'm going to say maybe the water from one of your churches might work. If not, we could always just cut off his hand.
Yeah.
I
Would
say,
my priest's
think of
pack
that.
contain holy water?
It would contain incense and ritual items. You could attempt to create holy water.
Yeah, isn't he a priest? Can't he just
I would
bless?
like an attempt. Yeah.
Okay, so you
Okay.
attempt to bless your canteen or your water skin
Mm.
by burning incense, donning your vestments, and saying a prayer. Make a religion check for me.
I would double check my religion. I think it's +3.
While this is going on, I want to be trying to struggle out of my binds.
Okay, while he's prepping that, I need you then to make a. Let's see, what did you tie him up with, Balador, again? You have rope, don't you?
my hempen rope.
Hempen rope. So, how would you like to try and escape? Would you like to just try and rip through it, or would you want to try and wiggle out?
Wiggle out, I think.
Okay,
I got
make
19
an
on my holy
acrobatics check. 20. Yep, you've got out of that.
I have
19.
some holy
You
water.
believe you have created holy water.
Mm. But now I do have holy water if we can get hold of him. And...
I run slightly away from the party, but still facing them. I still know there's some semblance of my friends in them. I don't understand why they're trying to attack me. All I know is they're trying to take my precious loot.
Use
I
your
say
charisma.
I say to Ludwig, he seems to respect you the most out of everyone. Because you're his protector. Can you talk some sense into him?
Try and make him understand we're trying to help.
I'm going to go.
I do allow Ludwig to approach, and I greet him. Thank God you're here.
Sorry, guys, 1 second. Front door.
Oh God, there's wolves.
I'll be back in 2 seconds. You got it? Literal 2 seconds, as it turns out. Okay.
Okay, I want to try and persuade him and just say, look, we're here for your own benefit. There's obviously something wrong, and that elephant man seems to know a little bit about all those weird gods and shit. Maybe you should trust him a bit and let him have a look and a little, give it a little clean for you, just a little holy clean.
All nice and shiny.
You're going to make it shinier?
Yeah, he's going to make it shinier.
I begrudgingly and cautiously, keeping a tight grip on my ring, allow Ludwig to escort me over to Merrick.
I'm going to back up a bit, realizing that I'm probably not helping much anymore.
Attempt to use the holy water, then see if I can.
As you pour the holy water over his hand, Minstrel, you now feel the effect of the curse lift, and you have the option to take off the ring. Whether or not you do is still on you.
Is all aspects of the curse?
All
Gone
aspects of the curse would be gone, and you would have memory of how it was affecting you and what it was making you do.
Okay, I want to take the ring off
Okay.
and still
I've-
having some semblance of attachment to it. I want to put it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
It's a
Good.
good
Good
idea.
call. Okay, with that done, that's
That was
Short
over
lived,
quick. I'm
yeah,
surprised.
shorter lived than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think they'd suss it out from the first one. I thought they'd just think you were being a dick.
It did initially, but then it was the suspicious hand rubbing.
There is the small matter of probably being wanted in the
Yeah.
area of that village.
Yeah, you also may have pissed off the dragon.
So we have left though. We
You have left. You are now on the road heading towards Iridal.
If you
hopefully
look
not
on the map
go there again.
on the road between Maris and Iridel,
Mhm.
there's a black
Pathstone.
circle. What's that black circle?
Supposed to be taken off your version of the map, I think.
Oh, right.
Hmm.
Never mind that.
I don't know.
I say, well,
Okay.
we might as well not dilly dally. Shall we be onwards? Does anybody in the party know how long it's going to take to get to Iridel?
Iridal by foot is probably 2 or 3 days away.
As you can remember when we travelled down the first
By,
time.
well, you got there by horse and carriage the first time. That took you from one morning to the next morning, so a solid day by horse and carriage.
I say,
So-
well, we best
So
get on with
somewhere
it
to
then.
stop on the way. There's
There is, in fact, as
like
you
a
remember
pathstone.
passing,
post.
Pathstow.
Pathstone. And
I think we should start going towards Pathstow.
Mm. It's on
I'm,
the way.
I'm a little bit quiet and a little bit shaken up from the day's events.
Brutally murdering someone.
Hmm.
Okay, so the party begins to head towards Pasto. It's a nice enough day. You left pretty much first thing in the morning, so I'll say by evening of the first day, you'll be getting to the river you can see on the map in between Maris and Pathstow. Do you want to set up
End
camp?
of the day. So yeah.
Yeah, if
Not
there's still
travelling for
daylight,
the night, but
Yeah, I think set up camp right where the river is, like right up against the river.
we're at the
I
river. Oh,
can-
nice.
I can wash this dirty feeling off me.
blood that might
And I'm
not
going
be
to
cleaned.
do some spear fishing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now,
Right,
Balador,
so
if you would like to make a survival check for me, I assume the rest of you will set up the camp and Minstrel's going to be bathing.
I want to drink all the booze that I bought.
Okay.
All of it. What, you bought
That
a barrel?
entire cask of ale.
Yep, I just want to keep drinking.
I rolled a 9.
What'd you get plus?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So you managed to catch a few small fish.
Right.
There doesn't seem to be anything much larger than, say, the size of your hand in the river.
Oh.
But a snack.
Any animals around?
Nah, you can see a few things out in the field, but they all seem to stay away from the water.
Okay. All right. Stay away from the water.
Yes.
Oh God. Right, I'm going to make a fish soup.
Okay. So you're preparing fish soup. Ludwig, you're
I ask
getting
if
hammock.
anybody's got a cooking pot I can borrow, because all I've got is like a military mess kit.
I don't believe I do.
All right. In that case, I'm not making a fish soup.
Just some grilled fish. I do.
Fair enough. So you settle into a simple meal. Minstrel, you've been and bathed in the river, I assume.
Yep, I'm all clean and starting to feel more myself.
Okay. So setting up camp. This will be a good time to explain this one, since you're not just hiding out somewhere which you've barricaded. So you'll have tents set up, or I say tents, bedroll set up, because you don't actually own any tents. But you should each have a bedroll in your inventory.
No.
From your backpack kit. So your priest's pack, your explorer's pack,
Yeah,
your
right.
entertainer's
Oh,
pack,
okay.
etc.
Laura's backpack.
There'll be a bedroll in there. So you'll have that set up around the fire. And do you want to set a watch for the evening? Do you...
I could use my familiar for that. Oh, wait. I don't have one.
Haven't actually managed to summon one.
Don't mind taking watch.
Watch needs to be 2 people taking turns to get through the whole night so you can all actually rest.
I'll be one of them. I
Okay.
don't think Ludwig's going to be in any shape.
I will drunkenly offer to take watch.
I'm gonna. Has Ludwig
Me
already drunk the
being-
entire barrel of beer?
Me being
While you're eating dinner.
a son of a noble, I think keeping watch is beneath me.
Okay, so you're going to bed.
I need to recover.
I'd like to politely inform Ludwig that the only reason he got that barrel of beer for 2 gold was because I put in a good word for him.
Drunk it all.
Mhm.
I would
He
like
has
to
drunk his
inquire-
cake.
I would like to request that Balador.
Oh, but I'd share some of it, obviously, if I was asked. But I'll basically just keep drinking it.
So by the time I get back from fishing, it's all gone.
Pretty much.
Oh, I'm very disappointed, and I put
He's a
some,
pirate. They drink quickly.
put some Verbolg spirit in my water skin and drink that instead.
Okay. So we have Merrick and Balador. Then I think, did we settle on for the watch?
Well, I would request that Balador would be the other, considering the
Nice.
other 2, the shape they're in.
I say, yeah, okay, fine. Can
Okay.
I,
so who's going first?
I'll go first, as I.
Okay. So you'll be taking watch from sundown to mid-moon, and then Balador, you'll be going mid-moon to sunrise.
Okie doke.
Any other questions before I start doing this?
Yeah, can we set up like a perimeter? Can I use like my military knowledge to set up like simple traps? Like, for example, hang my mess kit in a tree attached to a bit of rope, so if somebody trips it, it goes ding ding ding.
I'm going to say make a survival check.
God, I really should have got proficiency in survival, man.
I've got +3.
Oh,
20.
natural 20.
Yeah, you managed to set up a good series of tripwires using the remainder of your rope around the camp.
And
Nicely
then I'm
done.
going to go to sleep.
Okay. So, Merrick, if you could roll a d20 for me. I thankfully know roughly what your scores are, so I don't need to ask.
Okay. It's a wolf.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So, at which point...
If it's a smell.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. So you roll one more for me.
Just in case.
Yep, okay. So you definitely managed to smell them coming.
Guys, we're dead. We've died.
Not dead. So that's actually quite large for a fire pit, but I'll address that in a minute. We'll say it's also the surrounding area.
That's the
It was
light.
big fire.
It was a big fire. It was
Big
10 foot
fire,
by
nice
10
fire.
foot.
That's the big intensity of the light coming from it.
No, that's this like stone surrounding it as well. We'll say you had this one set up here. So you're all set up facing the campfire for where the beds would be. Slightly wider ones for the large fellows. And would have the river over here, because Minstrel wanted to set up on the shore. So, if I could... Minstrel, you will have time to wake everyone up. You have seen something and smelled something definitely coming out the water.
Yeah, I assume you mean me. Yeah. So,
Yeah, sorry, Merrick. My apologies.
well, I will, at the very least, I'll wake up Balador and Ludwig.
So, Ludwig,
And
you were probably here. You're on the largest bed.
perhaps if Minstrel's
So he's there on the smallest bed.
commotion, he may wake up himself. But
Let's say. You've got time to wake everyone. You caught
for a
it
bit.
with an incredibly good roll.
yeah, okay. We'll trust Minstrel this.
I do wake up and I say to Balador, what the fuck was the point of setting up a perimeter?
I say, well,
Maybe it
we'll
helped
probably
me.
all be dead without it. But yeah,
Maybe
good
that helped
point.
my roll.
No, 'cause he set it up in the forest, didn't he? This is out of a river.
Well, I mean, just it could have been just around the camp, I guess.
I'll say he would have set it up around the campsite, but they didn't get there before he managed to smell them. Or you would have lost one of you wouldn't have had time to be woken up. Is how I would run that.
Thank my
Nice.
keen
So,
smell.
coming out of the river, you now see 4 large. You're not entirely sure what they are. With your dark vision, you can just about make out they seem to have some resemblance to lobsters. They are, however, about the size of a horse.
I say, finally, a good meal's shown up, and I ready my
And
great axe.
I'd like to say at
I
this
would
point,
like to say,
I put Bardic Inspiration on Ludwig.
okay, before we start rolling for initiative, I would like the people who are sleeping, so everyone except Merrick, to remember you can't sleep in your armor. So you need to work
don't
out your
wear armor.
natural armor class.
Oh, Christ.
Well, how the fuck do I do that?
So that is 10 plus your dexterity modifier.
10.
So,
So
me in armor is 15. Me out of armor is 14.
I thought you had the studded leather. Your in armor should be 16.
Really?
You have +4 to dex, yeah?
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, I must have not increased my armor class when my dexterity went up.
Why
yeah.
is my armor class so low
Because
when
you're naturally muscled, but unfortunately that doesn't translate to being able to dodge. So your armor class isn't based on dodging, it's normally based on carrying heavy plated scales.
I really need to get
Ludwig.
myself some better armor, don't I? Right, so
Yeah.
I'm 11.
Make sure you've added your dice, because I've done that before combat.
Okay. But I can't see in the dark, so I don't know how good that'll be for me.
The fire
I've
should
kept
help
my
a bit.
great axe. Yeah, I
You've
have.
got
I always
fire. I'll say the fall off from the fire's light goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. So beyond there, Ludwig can't see.
Okay.
Okay, so if I can get everyone to roll for initiative.
Ooh,
Just as a note, I'm going to use my Jack of all trades on my initiative roll.
That's fine. Ooh, bloody hell.
19.
16, 22, 19, 15. Okay. So,
Plus
by the
4.
looks of it, we have Ludwig. Then it's half your thing, isn't it, Chris? Not your whole proficiency.
Yeah, I only added 1, didn't I?
you did
Oh,
4.
sorry. Yeah, minus 1 to that. No, that's right.
No, it should be 1 higher than that.
Should it?
You get your dexterity is added to your thing, so you're actually on 16.
Ah.
Ludwig. Balador,
Like dexterity based characters are kind of OP,
Merrick, Minstrel.
but I do like grappling things, so
Fair enough. Okay, so turn order will be Ludwig, Balador, Merrick, Minstrel, then the 4 monsters. Running 1 through 4. Okay, so we start with Ludwig.
Can I run like 30 feet towards them and then light up that sword?
3, 6. Yep, you can get over to here. And then you shout, "Get lit," to light the sword, which now casts light for 30 feet. 6. So you can now see into the river at a rate of... You can definitely see the first 2. These 2 are still clouded in shadow for you.
Okay. Do I have any idea what they might be? Do they look like my dad?
They do not look like turtles. They look vaguely like lobster. If you make a perception check, you can, as your bonus action, you can try... I know you used your bonus action thing. You'd have to cost your main action.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, make a perception check. 5. They look roughly like lobster thing creatures. They're not really sure. They're not red, but they seem to have claws and a tail.
but they're animals, right? They're like normal animals.
They're large for normal animals, but other than that,
But they're not aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
We'll get to that on
Right.
your turn, which is next.
Oh, right. Okay.
Check.
Do you want to make a perception check to try and work that out?
Yeah, is that a bonus action?
That will be your bonus action, yeah.
Right. Perception. That would be +2. Oh, 22.
Natural 20. You establish from pure sight that they are giant crayfish. They are definitely a large beast. They're about the size of a horse. This is probably why there was nothing big in the river. They were eating everything.
We're going to eat
Nice.
well tonight.
Right, so on the map, which one am I?
You're over here on the one of the long beds.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 squares away.
So I'm in range of just charging and hitting one, aren't I?
Yeah, you can charge straight up to this one and hit it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Fuck it.
Okay.
I'm an angry orc.
Okay. So
Or should I say hungry?
Hang.
make your attack roll. And what are you attacking with?
My great axe.
Okay. So make sure you remember to add the extra 1.
So it's +7, right?
Your strength is for
18.
2 proficiency, 1 for the thing. Yeah, +7.
Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
12. Unfortunately, between the dark and your unfamiliarity with the hardness of crayfish shell, you just managed to glance it off its shell. Next we come to Merrick.
Where am I?
Over here on the widest bed for the elephant.
I see them all from there, I assume.
Yeah, with your dark vision you'd have.
And it's lit up by the flaming sword anyway.
This is a good point. So you can see in colour now as well.
But the one furthest from Balador.
This one?
Yeah, I want to attempt to use my channel divinity, I think.
Okay.
Try and tell it to halt.
That's stay there. Okay. So that is channel divinity. I'll have to double check.
Wisdom saving throw.
Against your spell save or against what?
Spell save, I think it was. A minute, I've got it written down.
So I think it should be 14.
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah, 14 now.
It's not going to make that, so you command it to halt and freeze in place.
Yeah. I will let my company know that
Yeah.
it will stay frozen until you hit it.
Okay. Now, is that a primary action or a bonus action? I forget.
I think I can use it as a bonus.
Okay. I will go on to Cleric and double check.
Yeah,
Do you want to move anywhere in the meantime?
I think because when I used that before, I think that was my main action. So I will sort of push forward to in line to where Ludwig is, if possible. If I,
So-
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's as far as you can move.
yeah, there.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a main action for
Yeah.
channel divinity.
So it was the first time.
Okay. So you still have a bonus action in theory. Anything else you want to do? Oh no, you called out to tell everyone you froze that one, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, next we come to Minstrel.
I want to take out my longbow
Okay.
and shoot the one directly in front of me, I suppose.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, make an attack roll. So it'll be total of +6 for you. $15. That's just going to connect, so roll your damage.
Oh,
No, not
No,
1d20.
Oh,
+4.
So 8 damage. Okay.
And -1 ammunition.
That was number
I
2.
take it whether in the water, I'm not going to be able to recover my arrows. Float
They'll
downstream,
be
won't they?
sticking in the enemy for now, so you might be able to, but if you miss, you certainly won't be able to. Okay, next we come to giant crayfish number 1. Who's going to come out the water now to attack Balador.
Hey.
Because you're nearest, unfortunately.
How long is a long rest, by the way?
A long rest is, we'll say, like, you get a good 8 hours sleeping.
Okay.
Okay, so it gets a total of a 6 and a 22.
Oh,
I want to use cutting words, please.
Okay, I assume on the 22.
Yep.
Okay, so now I roll a d6 and take that off, don't I?
Yeah. Or rather, I rolled a d6.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Take it off.
I'm afraid.
3, so that makes it 19.
It still hits because my armor is 11.
Don't you have +2 to dexterity?
No, I have a dexterity of 12, which is +1.
Ah, +1, fair enough. So that's still going to hit, and that means you take 1d10. 8 damage.
I should have used that on the damage roll, really, shouldn't I?
Can you use it on the damage roll?
Yeah, attack roll, ability check, or damage roll.
Fair enough.
All right, all right, so I raise my greatsword and I bring it down. It glances off his shield, and then oh wait, it's the other one, isn't it?
The shell, this is one that's flanked you. We're
Right,
now
and the
coming
other
on.
one grabs
No.
my arm with its pincer, and I spit in its face and say, "Ha! Just a scratch."
Okay,
Even though I'm
next we
actually in
come
extreme
to
pain.
number 2, who is going to come forward for Merrick. Down. Make an attack roll twice again. It gets a natural 20.
Shit.
And a 2 again. What is it with 2s?
The one hit then.
It's 1 hit. So, 1d10.
Natural 20 is
It does 3 total damage.
Huh.
However, it's doubled and you take 6.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right, Ozzy. Your damage would have been reduced by 3
Oh yeah,
because of your heavy armor master. Do try and remind me of that till I remember it automatically.
but does it still count if I'm not wearing heavy armor?
Oh no, that's a good point. Thank you.
Damn it! That's probably the only time it's ever going to come in handy, and I just talk myself out of it. Oh,
Okay. We now come to number 3, who is still frozen by Merrick's command. And then we come to number 4, who is also going to attack Balador because he's just swung on it.
Are these two crayfish within 5 feet of each other?
Yes, they are.
Good.
Okay, so he gets a 2 plus 4 is 6, and a 10 plus 4 is 14.
I'm going to cast shield for that second one. Can I do that?
Yeah, that's fine. So you cast shield to prevent that, so that prompts your arm class up to 16. So there's no damage off that one. Okay, so we now come back to Ludwig.
Just having a cup of tea and a
Cup of tea
cigarette.
and a cigarette, yeah.
I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna run up to one of the ones next to Balador
Okay. That's the nearest one.
and swing at it.
Okay, go ahead. Make your attack roll. 12 is not going to connect, unfortunately.
And then, okay. No, that's it.
Okay. So next we come to Balador.
Right. Balador is visibly upset at being nipped by one of these things. So he is going to, first for his main action, hit the one he tried to hit before.
Number 4, okay. So make your attack roll for that. 16 plus...
something.
Yeah, that's going to connect.
Oh, well, with Green Flame Blade, by the way. Is that
Green Flame Blade, okay.
1d12 and then
And 1 and your strength modifier of 4?
Strength modifier is 4, yes, and then it's a +1 axe, yeah.
Yep,
Yes.
so then add the Green Flame Blade damage, which is a 1.
Oh,
Okay, so number 4 takes a total of 14 damage. And
Oh.
then your spellcasting ability jumps onto number 1.
that's 15. It's +4, then +1, then a plus another 1.
Oh yes, my apologies, 15.
And then the other one takes 2, right?
The other one takes 2.
And then I'm going to do it again.
Action surge?
Yes.
Okay. make the attack again.
Let me just double check this. Where is action surge? Once you use this feature, you must finish.
Sure.
on
Long
top of
rest. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I know what action surge does.
Does that mean I can take 2 bonus actions as well?
Hang on, bear with me. I'm just going to jump to it now.
It just says take
One
one additional,
additional action. So no, you wouldn't be able to cast Green Flame Blade again.
but I can do 1 bonus.
You can do another attack.
No, Green Flame Blade's an action, not a bonus action.
Green Flame Blade is a reaction, isn't it? That's still 1 per turn.
What do you mean reaction? You mean action?
Hang on, I'm going to go over to the spell list now. Because if it's an action, then you had to cast it, and that would mean you'd have to lose a turn every other time. Because your attack is the action. During
Yeah.
instantaneous range, casting time 1 action. Yeah, apparently you should have been losing an action to that every time.
Yeah, I have been. It counts as an attack.
Oh yeah, as part of an action. Oh yeah, so you can make it with the attack. Yeah, that's fine.
So I can do another Green Flame Blade.
Yes.
And a second wind as well. But I'll roll for the Green Flame Blade first, which is a 19.
Yep, that's going to hit. So roll your damage out.
That is a 9 plus. Fuck's sake! It's always ones. So that's a 10, and then it's what is it?
2 to the
1d10?
number 1 again.
Is it 1d10?
So 1d10 you can use with your second wind.
1d10 plus 4, right, for my fighter
Yeah.
level. 11.
So you heal 11 points of damage.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, next is Merrick.
I think I'm gonna summon my spiritual weapon.
Ooh, fun. We haven't seen this one yet.
It's got 60 feet range, but hopefully between the 2 crayfish things by Balador.
Okay, so you want it to come up over here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need another token. Bear with me. Let's just turn
Do
this
you
one.
remember to do another 2 to the second one as well?
Yes, I did. I've got the
Yeah.
HP for them written next to their names in the turn order so I can remember.
Cool.
Okay, so you want to create a spiritual weapon over there, so that's within range of 60 feet.
And then I will use that to attack one of the...
Which one would you like to go for?
Right.
The one he's been hitting with the axe, or the one that's just been taking the flame blade licks?
Although when it says I can repeat my attack against a creature within 5 feet, is that 5 feet of the blade? Or the hammer in this
5 feet at the blade, yeah. You can
Yeah.
move it 20 feet as a bonus action.
one? Yeah.
Or it's a warhammer since it's your call. Yeah.
Attack it again. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll attack one of them. It's
Okay.
1d8, I think, after the hit. But...
So roll a melee attack.
Shit.
6 plus 1 plus your spell casting modifier.
5, I think that was.
So that will come out to a total of 6. That's not going to connect, unfortunately. The hammer sort of just prangs off it,
Okay.
not catching it in a vital location.
But the good thing is it does stay there.
It does stay there. Okay, so next we come to Minstrel.
As a bonus action, before I cast a spell, I'd like
Well,
to
actually,
shout out.
quickly, just that one I told to halt can move again.
Yeah.
So it's free for you to attack it if needs be.
I'd like to shout out to Ludwig that I had inspired him and to remember to use it. I then cast a vicious mockery on the one Balador was attacking
The one you're attacking with the axe or just with the green flame?
with the axe.
Okay, so that's a wisdom against your vicious mockery is 13, I want to say.
Let me scroll down. Yeah, 13.
So with it, you're in luck. It doesn't make it because it gets a -1 to wisdom. So roll your damage.
It's just a base D4, isn't it?
Yeah, that hasn't gone up yet, has it?
No.
So 2.
But more importantly, it's disadvantaged.
On its next attack, yes. Okay, we now come to Crayfish number 1, who is currently in combat with Balador and Ludwig. So it's going to make a swing at Ludwig. Twice, again with its multi-claw attack.
Okay.
It gets a 1 and a 15.
Nope.
Okay. Natural armor class is annoying. Number 2 is going to make a swing at Merrick. It gets a 17 and an 8.
Which one was it that I attacked?
You attack number 4.
Okay.
What's
He's a tank of the party, and I've got like the lowest armor.
At the moment,
What was the attack on me? Sorry.
17 and 8.
All right, 17 hits.
Okay. So you take 5 points of damage from that. And then we come to number 3, who can now move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but can only get to there. And is now going to also attack Merrick with an 8 and a 15.
Nope.
Nope, okay. So we now come to number 4. So, number 4 is going to make its claw attack against Balador.
Tis
Twice
better
again,
scratch.
but it gets disadvantage because of Merrick's ability. So it gets a 7 and a 9.
No.
Okay. So then that's not connected at all. We come back to Ludwig.
I'm going to try and hit it with my sword.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Don't forget your inspiration.
Is it 1d6 for inspiration?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
it.
critical fail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dropped your sword.
It's kind of stuck in the ground and gone out. You'll have to wait another bonus action to reignite it.
For my bonus action, can I just try and stab it with a dagger?
Sure. Make another attack roll. Ooh, 19. That's going to hit.
Okay.
Make your attack roll. And I assume you're attacking number 1.
Yeah. Is that next to Ozzy?
Yeah, that's also next to Ozzy.
Sneak.
Seven. Oh, and sneak. 13. Sit down. Okay, we now come back to Balador.
I'm looking pretty tired now, and still in a bit of pain, even though I managed to somehow magically heal myself up. Not really sure how that works, but I'm still in the fight. I'm gonna hit him.
Gonna hit him. Okay, make your
Same
attack
one
roll.
I've been hitting with Green Flame Blade.
No worries, make
which
your
is
attack roll.
a
17, that's gonna hit.
24.
24 is definitely gonna hit.
That is a what was it, 9?
Plus
Yes.
5 total, so 9 plus your fire damage.
And but I bet this is a 1 again. Oh,
Oh,
15.
Nice.
Okay, that's
2
looking
for the other boy.
particularly shaky at this point. It's looking like it's taken a fair battering from the axe and the fire. And don't forget that 2 also comes off number 1 for your spell modifier. Okay. So, next we have Merrick.
I'm going to attempt to use my spiritual weapon to attack one of them again.
Which one? You can attack the one Ludwig was just attacking, or the one Balador just attacked?
The one Ludwig was hacking at.
Okay, make an attack roll. So, plus your spellcasting modifier is 13. That's also not going to connect, unfortunately.
Okay. And I'll stay where I am.
Okay. So, next we come to Minstrel.
The one Balador was attacking.
Yep.
I want to pull out my longbow and I want to shoot it in its head.
Sure, make an attack roll.
+5 in it.
For longbow, yes, because your dexterity is +3. No, dexterity is +4, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then it's +6.
Plus
in
6.
total. I think you had an extra space there. 23, that's definitely going to hit.
1d20.
Okay, that's 8 damage. So that's going to finish that one off as it now goes limp, floating just at the edge of the river. As the arrow sinks directly into its eye. We now come to creature number 1. Excuse me, I just do experience while I work this one out. Who is going to attack, as he was just attacked by Ludwig.
Okay.
Gets an 8 and a 23.
Yeah, 23 definitely.
I want to use my what's it called? Cutting words.
Okay, roll your d6. So 23 drops to 18.
Yeah, still hits.
Oh, should have done it on the bloody damage.
So that's 8 damage in total. Okay, next we come to number 2, who is going
How
to
much damage?
8.
Okay, ow, okay.
Unless you have resistance to...
No.
No, okay. That's then crayfish number 2 is going to attack Merrick. Gets a 10 and a 5.
No,
Nope. And then crayfish number 3 is also going to attack Merrick
of course.
and gets a 12 and a 16.
Nope.
Nope, okay. So that's not gone well for them again. So we now come back to Balador. No, Ludwig, sorry.
You said the fire sword went out. Does that mean I couldn't see anything and I should have had disadvantage last go?
I'm going to say you'd know where it was, you were just trying to stab it. So because it happens as a flow, despite how long it takes us to discuss it, you would have gone for one and then gone for the other.
That's right.
Okay.
As well, so.
I'm going to try and hit it with my other short sword, just the normal one.
Currently can't see, so you will have disadvantage on this attack.
Uh,
You haven't relit the other sword.
I'm gonna try and relight the other sword.
Okay, so that's your bonus action gone as you say get lit and the sword comes back to light on
Okay.
fire.
Can I? Okay, and then I'm gonna try and hit it with, I guess, just normal short sword, because it'd be like I can't really pick up the flaming one.
Well, you would have had to pull it out of the ground to relight it. That's your whole bonus action for that.
Okay,
So
cool.
You could use it again.
I do that.
Okay. So make your attack roll. 22 is going to hit.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is. So start rolling. It's going to be a lot.
There's one for normal, two, and then 2 for.
I think it's dead.
How is that? How?
29?
This is why you needed that sword.
Because you said it was 2 extra d6 for fire.
Yep. So you
And
do
then
1d6.
for sneak, and then 1d6 for like normal short sword.
So wouldn't you lose one of those d6? So that's only 4 I've counted.
Okay.
No, 3d6 for sneaking, 2d6 for fire, and 1d6 for sword. That's 6. That's 6.
That's 66.
Yeah, so 2 for sneaking, sorry, not 3.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, 29. Fair enough. Yeah, that's taking him straight out of the running.
That sword, that flaming sword's a bit good, Greg.
Well, yeah, it was. There was a chance you wouldn't find it if you killed the dragon.
Oh.
That's why the rewards are tiered towards getting the best possible results for a story.
Okay.
So next we come to Balador.
Right, I'm going to run past Ludwig, give him a quick pat on the shell as I run past because I'm proud of him.
That's your main action.
That's your bonus action.
And then I'm going to attempt to stab one of those other ones. The nearest one to me.
Okay. So you're going to go for the nearest one is that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So make your attack roll. That is number 2.
That is a 20.
Yep, that's going to hit.
It's 9 plus a total of 12 damage.
12, okay.
And does Green Flame Blade proc there? Are they close enough to each other?
Yeah, they're sitting next to each other, so that's 2 off
Nice.
the other one. Okay. So, next week. That's a nice hit, but it's not... It's a little worried by the death of its 2 friends near instantly, but it's not too bad off. So next we come to Merrick.
Think I can move the spiritual weapon 20 feet into range of one of the others.
So you can bring it to here.
Yeah. I'll try and
Okay,
swing at
make an attack roll again.
I'll add 5
Yeah.
this time manually.
14. Unfortunately, that's not quite going to hit. They're tough little bastards. Okay, now we come... Unless you want to move anywhere yourself?
No, I think my spiritual weapon was a bonus, I think.
Yeah, spiritual weapon is move as a bonus.
Yeah, no, I'll stay then. Yeah, everything's...
Yeah, okay. So we now come to Minstrel.
I want to back up the other side of the fire.
So just to there.
And
Okay.
then I want to take out my arrow and shoot one Balador was attacking.
Okay, that's the one. That's number 2. Make your attack roll. $21's going to hit. Roll for damage.
1d20.
Yeah, not again. Plus your dexterity is 6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's sunk in, but it's a small arrow and it's a large crayfish. Okay, next we come to crayfish number 2, who is now going to take a swing, since he just came up behind it, at Balador.
Bring it on.
So he gets a 9 and a 21.
Oh, he hits me once.
Okay, so rolling for damage. You take 6 damage.
Ow!
Okay, and then we have crayfish number 3, who, having failed to attack Minstrel so many times, is going to also swing for Balador. Gets 2 21s.
That is 2 hits.
Okay, so you take a total of 7 and 6, 13 damage.
I say, ow! Ow!
That's going to start stinging in a minute.
That's
We
what
now,
he said. I said, oh, that'll hurt come winter.
fair enough. We now come to Ludwig.
Can I run up behind one of them and try and grab it?
He's gone for a cigarette.
Let's see. What's your movement? 30.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll tell you can get to there to make a grapple if you're going to try and go for number 3.
Wait, you're
Yeah.
trying to... Okay.
Okay, make a athletics check. 16 against it.
Can I use that inspiration?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
You certainly can.
Wait, how do you get +5 for athletics? How strong are you?
Because I am strong, and then I am proficient in it. I'm not actually very dexterous.
Interesting. You're a rogue who's not very dexterous.
Yeah, he's more like a swashbuckler, like a brawler type guy.
Fair enough. So your total's 18. And he got a 9, so you're going to have successfully grappled one of the crayfish number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll move you on top to remind myself of that. Okay, we now come to Balador.
I say to Ludwig, good idea, crayfish are tastiest when cooked alive, and can I, tie up the dude that he's grappled?
You used your rope, unfortunately, around the edge of the camp.
Oh, God. I need to get more rope. I guess I'll just, how does grappling work then? So he's holding him by the claws, is he?
If you make an attack against that one, you will have advantage because he'd be kind of pinning it up so you could hit it.
But I mean, how long until he gets free?
On its turn, it'll try and break out, and then on Ludwig's turn, and then Ludwig will be rolling to try and hold it.
I guess I might as well hit it then with advantage.
Sure. So roll 2d20 and take the higher result. So 16 was higher.
23.
23. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. So roll for damage. 9 plus all your bonuses.
15,
10.
20 total.
20 total.
Yeah.
Okay, I can just erase that number. Okay, it's looking... No, wait, that was number 3. Okay, it looks like it's had a nasty cut on its underbelly.
Having the green flame blade fly towards me when I'm grappling it scares the shit out of me.
Do you want to let go? That is an option.
No, I'm just very frightened by it.
Oh yeah, green flame blade. I need to take 2 off the other one, don't I? Okay. So, next we come to Merrick.
I'm going to use a guiding bolt on the one right in front of me.
Okay, make your ranged spell attack. 23, that's going to hit.
Finally.
Make a damage roll, 4d6, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's
8 total. Oh, 3, 2, 2, 1. 8 total. Okay. The shiny guiding bolt just kind of glances off. It
Does
doesn't.
the bolt guide us in any way?
I don't think it has another effect, does it?
I don't believe so. I think it just guides the bolt to it.
Yeah. I will double check very briefly.
I think
Oh
the
no,
roll is
next attack has advantage on it.
Nice. That was the ungrappled one you just did that.
Yeah, that's the ungrappled one.
directly in
So
front of
we
me.
now come to Minstrel.
I would like to diddly-dee, diddly-dum, pull out my longbow and shoot one.
Which one? The grappled one or the ungrappled one?
Ungrappled, please.
Ungrappled, okay. Make your attack roll with advantage.
And then with advantage, you say?
Yeah, so once again. 25, that'll hit.
I hope.
So roll for damage.
And then damage plus is 4, I believe, as
So
dexterity.
yeah.
1d6 plus 4. Oh, it's 1d8, not 6, sorry.
Fair enough. 5.
Look how many ones we've rolled, man.
Yeah, you're having not a great night.
Not many ones, but a lot of like the low halves.
A lot of low rolls, yeah. Okay, so now we come to Crayfish 2, who, having been hit by the guiding bolt, is going to attack Merrick. Also, you didn't use a spiritual weapon. Does that last still, or does it
It
disappear?
stays until I cast it again. Or
Fair. Okay, so it's going to get a total of 13 and 15.
nope.
Nope,
Save.
okay. So number 3 is going to attempt to break Ludwig's grapple. Ludwig, if you can make another athletics check for me. 25. No, that's natural 20. You manage to subdue it entirely, so it can't actually perform any other actions. And we now come back to your turn, Ludwig.
Well, I guess I'm kind of like just got it grappled.
You've got it grappled, but I'm going to say since you got a natural 20, you're showing off and doing it one-armed, so you could make an offhand attack.
Break
as
a
a
hand
bonus
free.
action.
Oh, I want to headbutt it.
Make a melee attack.
Headbutting the hard shell of a crayfish.
Yeah, but he's a hard-shelled turtle.
Uh,
So
what would
for that, add your strength modifier 16? Oh no, plus 4. No, plus 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to connect, unfortunately. Its shell is just too thick to headbutt.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's go on to Ballador.
so I get another advantage attack then.
Sure, you're going for the grappled one again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a hit. And
No stars, please. 11 plus your 5 is 16.
17 total.
17
No.
total.
18.
18 total, yeah, I thought so. Okay. That's now another nice cut across it. If you were preparing it to be cooked, it's starting to look nearly done. It's been split open down the centre. It's not quite dead, though.
I assume I'm giving it a nice sear as well with the green flame blade.
Oh, yeah, and green flame blade
Creating a nice-
takes 2 off the other one.
It's creating a nice freshly cooked seafood smell in the camp.
A slight magical. Yeah, no, we're going to skip all the food jokes. Okay, so we next come to Merrick. They're both looking quite badly damaged.
He's having a cup of tea and a smoke.
Merrick,
Yeah, take a Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame against.
One in front of me again.
Okay, number 2. So Wisdom saving throw.
14.
It's not going to make. So roll your damage.
4.
8. Okay, that burns away number 2 in holy fire.
Burn.
Did you go next? Have those other 2 crayfish floated away now, the ones we already killed?
Most of them have been killed on the shore, so you should be alright.
Although that one just burned to pieces. So.
Yeah, you kind of burned that one up with holy fire. We'll say it's currently flambéed and sitting on the floor.
Oh, it's really
Overcooked.
sweet. I'll have it.
Okay, so last is Minstrel before we come back to the crayfish round.
The grappled one, I want to shoot with my longbow.
Okay, make your attack roll with advantage.
He's the only one left, right? The grappled one.
Yeah. 10. 15 just connects. Roll for damage.
Finish him.
See,
Die.
total. Yep, that's going to do it. So you just put a nice arrow through its eye. It now falls limp.
Don't they have eyes on stalks? In which case, that's a really good shot.
Yes, it is. Actually, no, crayfish don't. That's crabs.
Yeah, this more like
They've got the little beady eyes like prawns and things. They're still on the head.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's true. I just googled it.
so did I.
You all just look at what crayfish look like. Oh dear. Okay, so that's the end of combat there.
All right, I turn to our friends and I say, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys."
So probably for breakfast at this point, considering it's the middle of the night.
I want to walk over to one of the killed ones that's like not cooked or anything and just start eating it.
I'm gonna get back into bed and go back to sleep.
fresh
Okay.
seafood.
set my watch over.
Yeah, we'll say it's now Ballador's watch.
Wait, does that mean I don't get a rest?
You would not be fully rested after your watch, no.
Well, that kind of sucks because I'm on 13 hit points. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, before I go to sleep, can I approach him and give him a slap on the arse, casting what's it called? Cure wounds, please.
Sure, at what level?
It's level 1.
It is a level 1, but you can cast it at level 2. You have level 2 spell slots, which I believe you do.
Cast it at level 1. I don't understand the level of spells.
Right, so if you cast it at second level, you'd add an extra D8. But you'd use a second level spell slot despite the fact it's a first level spell.
I wasn't sure whether you had to, because obviously there's different lists of what level the spells are.
That's the minimum level. You can always cast it at a higher level using a higher slot.
Okay, yeah, I'll use a higher slot then, I suppose.
Okay.
D&D was much simpler back in my day.
So you roll 2d8 since it's second level. And add your spellcasting ability modifier, which is your charisma.
Which is 3F4. Oh,
3,
where's
isn't it?
Yeah, 3.
So he heals for 15 hit points.
And then I lumber back over to bed, go back to
Can
sleep.
I bolster that with a? Oh, actually no, because I get a hit die back, don't I?
At this
A short
point,
rest. Is it a
you've
short
used
rest?
1 hit die already. So you can heal yourself because you'll be resting by while you're keeping watch.
So I take up another hit die and roll that, do I?
Yeah. Add your constitution.
And because it's a short rest, I assume,
Yep.
I get my fighter abilities back, I think. Short or long rest for action surge, second wind. Doesn't actually say.
I'll check second wind for you. Hang on.
Anyway, I'll roll a d10 plus my fighter level, is it?
No, your constitution modifier.
Just a
so-
quick check. Am I the only healer in the group?
No.
11. Right, I'm back. Up to
Short or
4.
long rest for... I was going to say.
Right, so I got my fighter ability. I actually only used one spell as well.
It's not bad.
I'm doing this wrong. I need to leave spell slots total at 3 and then slots expended at 1. So I've
Yes.
got 2 spells left.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay. So we now come to the next morning. Oh. Balador has kept watch overnight. And are we wanting to continue travelling on, or what do we want to do?
I would
Okay.
breakfast.
Just our health after that attack. Do we sleep and go back up to full? Do we have to spend hit dice? I'm confused.
Balador had to spend hit dice because he was keeping watch. You went back to bed, we would assume.
It's a long rest for everyone.
So it's a long rest for everyone but Balador, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I asked Ludwig if his time on a boat, he learned anything about the art of cooking seafood.
On that subject, I'd just like to say to Ludwig, we actually do own a boat.
Do we?
Yeah,
I have one in a bottle.
Merrick carries it. It's that boat, but when you break it, you get a boat.
I know how to release it, but I don't know how to get it back.
We could have used that to sail back to.
Yeah, but it's not going to save us that much time. We would still have to stop quite a bit.
You'd also probably have to hire a crew.
I'll say that I don't have much experience cooking sea fish, as I tend to just eat them raw. And if he's got a boat, I'm pretty good at saving one, and could probably help you guys or teach you guys how to do it.
If we
Alright,
need it, we'll use it. But we don't need it now. We've not got that far, and it's not really by
Yeah, we're
water.
nearly there. We're halfway there.
You're about...
Yeah, let's just go.
Living on a prayer.
I believe that's the bard's job.
Hmm. Maybe not.
Lemon and a pear.
Butchering a classic.
Hmm.
Okay, so you continue on now, having
I
eaten
collect up my rope.
You collect up your rope and your mess kit you're using as an alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
collect
can-
my arrows. I
you
saved back
get-
in the morning because I was tired.
Fair enough. You managed to collect half of what you fired, which was 4 total attacks, which was successful, so you get 2 arrows back.
Can I
Thank you.
cut open the bellies of the crayfish to see if they've got any loot
Didn't we
inside?
just eat them?
You've
Yeah.
eaten them, haven't you? You had them for
Have you?
breakfast.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I assume you stayed up munching on some as the night wore on as well.
I ate the
Okay.
entire flambéed one.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll say you're heading along the main road to Pathstow. You see a few travellers as you pass. No one particularly stands out. You're confused as to where they're going. Does anyone want to ask any questions?
I'd like to stop a passing traveller.
Sure thing. What would you like to ask?
Oh, I'd like to see what he looks like first.
It's a younger human. He appears to have a large backpack on and is carrying trade goods.
I say to him, "Lo there!"
Ah, fellow traveller, how can I help you?
I assume he's friendly, so I approach him. Where are you off to with your goods, sir?
Ah, I'm going to head over to the river and then follow it north to Larnwick.
I see. I
Unquick.
see. What business do you have in Larnwick?
I bring them supplies of cured meat, primarily venison, And in exchange, they give me a fair amount of coin.
My orcish
I
ears
see, I
prick up
see.
at the sound of that.
No, I take my leave.
Very good, sir.
Still
Anyone else?
full from the meal before. I don't need
Fair.
food.
Good day to you.
Good day, travellers.
I
He now heads towards the river you've just left.
I turn to I forgot his name. Ludwig, and I say, I started a conversation with that traveller, fully intending to take his coin, but it seems as though he had none yet.
Caught him on the wrong way.
Perhaps next time I'll start a conversation with him and you can put some of your skills to use.
Although I would like to say, overhearing, every attempt you make at that, I will try and stop you.
Right, so Balador, if you can distract the Elephant Man, then I can distract the Traveller, and then Minstrel, you can steal his coin.
Why
I
would
pretend
Balador
not
help
to hear
you?
this and just carry on walking towards Pasto,
Okay.
expecting the party to follow me.
I'm going to happily
got it.
join him.
Everyone still following on the road?
Follow up with Balador.
Fair enough. Okay. You begin to approach Pasto. You suddenly notice that despite the fact it's marked on every map you've ever seen, it appears to just be a single large building.
This must be the fabled halls of Glom.
I say,
Yeah.
Yes, because we haven't
possibly
seen
be
those
the
yet.
halls of Glom.
We've not been there yet, so
Oh,
it
dear.
could be.
Right.
Certainly not that old city of Glom that we've been to.
I'm going to approach the building. Is there like a fence around it? Are there any guards or
Yeah.
anything?
There's no guards you can see. There's a few people sitting outside the building on makeshift tables having a drink.
I would
Oh,
like
it's
to
a pub.
approach. I think it's enticing.
Okay. So, Merrick, you're approaching. Are you heading in toward? Are you going to head in? Or are you going to knock? What do you want to do?
Towards the door and see if it's open.
The door itself is open.
I'm
You
gonna.
have also seen as you approach the sign saying Pathstow Inn.
Mm.
I'm gonna stay outside and check out the outside of the building.
Okay.
What time of day is it now, by the way?
It's a little past midday.
Right, lunchtime.
Going to go in for a quick livener.
Okay. So as you head in, you feel uneasy. You can't quite put your finger on why. Minstrel, you were checking out the outside of the building. Please
Yeah.
make an investigation check.
I'm singing as I check out the outside of the building.
That's fine. You look like a drunk reveler. No one's noticed.
1d20 plus 3.
11. The building seems well built, and apart from the obvious outdoor entrance to the basement, you can't find anything suspect.
Are there any open windows?
There's several people you can see looking through them, having a drink, and general merriment is ensuing. You assume the bedrooms must be on the second floor.
Although based on my uneasy feeling, I would like to have a little look around.
Okay.
Primarily for the innkeeper, but also what might be around.
Okay. Merrick, I would like you to make an investigation check.
Check, make sure. +1.
While this is going on,
Ooh.
you said there was an outdoor entrance to the cellar?
There is. Would you like to try and go through it?
I'd like to try and go through it, please.
Okay, it is currently locked. You can try to break the lock if you like. Merrick, I'm going to be whispering you some information through direct message like normal.
Cool.
Yes, I'd like to break the lock, I think.
Okay.
So where am I at this point? Can I see him doing this?
Which way did you go? Were you following him around the outside, or did you head in for a drink?
I was with Merrick, and then he went inside, and I waited outside. I was planning to speak to one of the people that sat outside.
Okay, so you're planning to chat to someone outside, so we'll say you've gone over and sat with them. Minstrel, I would like you to make a sleight of hand check to try and get the lock off.
Hello?
Hello.
What did you roll, Chris? Sorry, I can't see it from the
18.
18. Okay. So you've managed to wiggle it most of the way off. You feel like if you forced it now, you might be able to lift it through the bolt.
Yeah, I want to go for it and force it.
Okay, so make a strength check.
Where is he in relation to the...
He's round the back of the building. You're still at the front.
Oh, I see.
If
Right,
you're
okay.
chatting to the people.
Yeah.
And Ludwig did say he went inside in a message.
Okay. Oh, Ludwig, you're inside as well. Ludwig, also please make a perception check. 16. Okay, you do in fact manage to get the lock off the bolt for the basement. 7. Okay, you look around. It seems to be a nice enough place. People are drinking. Most people seem fairly happy.
I'm looking for someone to fight.
I cautiously peek my head down into the cellar and have a look about.
Looking around the cellar, you can see barrels of beer stacked to the ceiling. It almost looks as if it's been set up as some form of maze. Because they seem to turn in multiple directions like a labyrinth.
I'm going to go have a look round.
Okay, you're going to be having some fun.
As I do that, the first barrel of beer I pass, I want to drop a goblin eye into it.
You'd have to crack it open first.
Okay, I want to try and crack one open to drop a
Okay.
goblin eye in.
Make a strength check again.
That goblin eye's got to be turning by now as well.
Yeah, you've had it like the better
Slimy.
part of 3-4 days.
So who's in the inn with me?
In the end of the minute is you and Ludwig. You
14.
recognise someone. I need you to make a perception check if you want to try and work out who it is.
I'm gonna
14. You managed to get the lid open far enough that you'd be able to drop your goblin eye in.
Yeah, let's go for it. I'll drop the goblin eye in.
Okay, I'm going to hold with you for a moment while I carry on with Merrick.
I'm gonna first approach the barkeep.
Okay. The barkeep, not the person you
Oh.
recognise.
Not at the moment. I'm
Okay.
gonna buy 3 ales.
3 ales. Okay.
I'll
He
give
says-
one to Ludwig, and I'm gonna take the other one myself to the table where the man I recognise is sitting.
Sure. He charges you 1 silver and 5 copper for the drinks.
Okay.
So you've gone to sit down next to the gentleman you recognise. Ludwig, I assume you've taken the ale.
Yeah, I want to thank Merrick and just sort of follow him and stand near him, being a bit imposery.
And I'm gonna go sit with the man and hand him the.
Okay. I would like you now to make a history check.
Check my history. I think it's +5. No, +3.
3. Okay. 14. Okay. I'm going to whisper you this information again because it's more fun if everyone else doesn't know.
Thank you.
Okay. So, now heading back to Minstrel while you're thinking what you want to do with that information. Minstrel, you have come into the basement. Oh. Where's your piece gone? I am now going to start drawing what you can see.
Oh, what's happening with Balador as well?
Balador, you were chatting to people outside. We'll do that while I'm drawing. What did you want to ask them?
I say, what is this place?
Oh, this is the Path to Inn. It's been here as long as anyone can remember. It's a major rest stop for travellers.
And I say, what do you do?
Me, I don't remember.
Um,
I've been having some fun this evening.
is he the only one sat at the table, or are there others?
There is another fellow
asked-
there.
I asked
You
the
can
other
also
one what he
speak to.
does.
I'm just travelling through. I buy and sell goods where I go.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Um,
Now, Minstrel, you can see on the camera which way you want to go, hopefully. I'm going to have to move that
I
camera
want to go
slightly.
straight forwards and then left. Yep.
So this way. Okay.
As I'm doing so, I'd like to keep in my head that my bodyguard has abandoned me.
does this guy who said he can't remember, is that suspicious, or do I think it's just because he's drunk?
Make a investigation
Go
check.
pee quick.
Gareth Keenan
Okay.
investigates. 7.
7. You assume it's just because he's a drunk.
Right, I say to him, well, I guess I better go and get myself a drink then, and I'm going to head inside to the bar.
Okay. So we'll carry on with Minstrel now. Which way do you want to travel from here?
Right.
So this way?
Yep.
Okay. So you'd be able to see down here that this goes this way, then turns. As you come up this way, you follow on a short distance before it turns that way. This time on a more singular path. So you follow it around to the next apex, which is here. Okay, we will now... Matt's gone for a pee, hasn't he?
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's back.
Oh, you're back. Okay. So in the time you've been making that decision, Merrick, if you would like to decide how you wanted to react.
I would like to tell this man that I do recognise him, potentially as the village elder from Maris.
You mean the mayor?
And no, village elder.
What?
And ask him what he's doing here. What brings him out this far?
Well, due to unfortunate circumstances, I've been made to take a journey. As such. And all travellers travel through here.
What kind of journey have you been sent on?
He smiles gently at you and says, I think you know well.
I don't know. I have to have a
Okay.
think now.
Yeah, well, that's what you're having to think. We'll come back to Minstrel in the basement.
I go right.
This way again?
Yep.
I'll just put my pen down. Where's it gone? Okay.
Am I seeing anything of note in these corridors?
It seems to just be piled high barrels. However, I need you now to make a quick perception check as you've got this far.
Ba-da-da-boo. Ah-na-na-na-na. La-la-la-la-la-la. Perception.
Tell me the result, because I've got to have a map up as well as the camera.
Highly confused.
13.
13. You can feel warmth coming from that direction.
I would like to turn in that direction.
Okay. You now seem to have followed a singular path to a small clearing, still surrounded by barrels. However, there is now a faint white light sitting in the middle of this area, which I will mark with a token for you.
Can I inspect the white light from a distance safely?
Make a perception check.
Hello?
It's the dog. He'll be fine. 21. Despite, as you look at it, it's a glowing white light. It feels warm. It feels comforting. You're not entirely sure what it is. You've never encountered anything quite like it.
Okay. Can I approach it?
Do you want to approach it?
Oh, I don't know. That was the outcome of my perception was it's a white light. So
That's what you were looking at, yeah.
yeah, approach it, I suppose.
Okay. You feel a string of memories flowing through your mind. You see people in your life you have lost. You see what you
My-
think might be glimpses of the future, but you
My
are
bat.
unsure.
My bat.
Yes, your pet bat is in there, and the rat you killed by leaving it in the bag of holding is also dead. It also passes through your mind. At which point, you instinctively retreat from the light before the memories start to affect you negatively.
I sigh deeply and go, well, that was a waste of time, and I leave the basement.
Okay, so you make a history check to see if you can find your way back out. Yep, you managed to find your way back out. You remember the route you took and come straight back out.
I then go into the inn.
Okay, at which point we'll return to Merrick, who has been sat there having a conversation.
I would like to point out, as minstrels just enter the inn, that I have seen and am sitting with a village elder from Marus, who's here. And I'm
Where am I
confused.
then at this point?
You
'Cause I didn't...
you came in, you went to the bar, didn't you, first?
Right, okay.
To get a
So
drink.
I am in the room.
You are in the room.
Right, okay.
You're all in the room now.
Oh, I'll
Is
beckon
this
Palador over as well.
village elder not the one whose throat I just slit?
That's
Are
what
you
we're
saying
trying
that
to
out
figure
loud?
out. Yeah, I don't want you to say that out loud, but
Yes. If you were asking me.
Yeah, I was asking Craig. I was confused.
This is definitely the same person you killed a few days ago.
I
He's
think.
told me
I
he's on a
say-
journey.
I think. I think out loud, and say I believe there's a bit of Oblivion NPC syndrome going on here.
I know exactly what you mean, and shut up. There is a whole point to this, but you are the only one with all the information now to
Yeah.
work it out.
At this point, you're going to share what you found.
I gesture at the people in the inn to come outside and not to make a commotion because I've got news.
Okay.
It's not
Who's
suspicious.
following him?
Yeah, I guess I didn't get time.
No,
to
just
get
just
drunk,
take your
but-
beers with you. It's a nice day. We're just
I haven't
Then
had
we're going
bloody
outside for a
buy
drink.
bloody drink.
We'll
I'm
say
gonna-
you had time to buy a drink for 5 copper,
Right, I bought a drink for 5 copper.
I'm
and
gonna
have now followed Minstrel back outside
On
into
my
the
way
nice
out, I notice the village elder, and can I have a look at his neck? Can I see his neck as I walk past and just see if there's any...
Make a perception check if you're trying to glance for it as you go past.
6.
6. You can't see anything in particular about it that would... I know what you're looking for, so you can't see what you're expecting to see.
Okay. I'm visibly shaken.
Okay. So,
Right.
Shooketh.
I'm going to go to the bar and buy more drinks so it doesn't look suspicious.
okay,
Yeah,
so,
get me one, love.
so you get 3 more drinks. That's another 1 silver and 5 copper.
Should we have some Jaeger bombs as well?
And a round of Jaeger bombs will cost you 2 silver.
Buying those.
It's just like back in the day.
Oh dear. It is back in the day. Medieval times. Okay, so you have now reunited outside the front and are standing round one of the makeshift tables with your drinks.
Right. Before I know Merrick's going to be upset that I've been acting so distrustingly towards the residents of this bar. I did note who was sitting there, and I'm glad that all seemed to be a bad dream of mine. But I've been down in the basement, and I just thought I should let you guys know there's a white light.
As I say, you could
Well,
describe what happened when you went near it as well, if you
And
want.
when I went near it, it made me think of my dead rat and bat.
And anyone else you knew who had died.
My
Didn't
rat
exist
and bat.
Yeah, it's
I'm-
village
I
elder.
was thinking more from childhood, anything else from that. But yes, anyone you could
No,
remember. who died.
I'm a noble. I've had a very sheltered upbringing. My first experience of death was, other than killing those creatures at the start, was the death of my bat.
I'm going to go with
as well.
your nanny, who you didn't know was dead. who looked after you when you were little.
Hi, Nanny.
Not that
Um,
sort of nanny.
But
the
yeah,
caretaker.
there was a weird white light, and it made me think of dead people. So, don't know what that's about. I couldn't really tell much else. I perceived it to my fullest ability, and then I got scared and left. So, yeah, that's a thing that just happens.
I say to the party, well, that means there's only one thing this could be. We're in purgatory, and we need to leave this place before something awful happens.
Although I'm very intrigued by the afterlife, I want to know more.
I'm
going to leave.
Would you have any idea if it was like magic in nature? Like Balador, you're pretty good at magic.
He hasn't seen it yet. Minstrel, do you want to try and guide everyone down to the white light?
Guide me.
Does anyone want to go see the white light?
Yes.
I do. Yes.
Balador does not, but you can roll a persuasion check or something. I don't know, or persuade me somehow.
I would like to go down there.
I am fully prepared to take Ludwig and Merrick down and escort them to the white light that I was hoping was loot.
Okay. Come on, Balador. We can. You might as well. We're safer all together, and I'll try and persuade him.
It makes a good point that I'd rather be with living people than on my own with a bunch of ghosts, so I go with them.
Okay. So, as you've now come back down, Minstrel, I would like you to once again make a history check to see if you can remember the entire route.
You see, it's funny. I have to recall because I'm staring at this.
You can see the map.
layout, which is
That's for my benefit as much as it is yours.
roll 1d20 plus 3.
Okay,
It's not hard. You managed 22. Yep, you managed to head straight there in the shortest possible route. Actually, pretty much as you did the last time, to be fair. There is only one more direct route. So,
hold on. How's there one more direct
literally,
route?
you
when
could have gone that way and then all the way up.
Oh, right. Okay. There's only one entrance to the room.
Yeah, there's one entrance to the room. There is one more direct route. The whole thing is supposed to be slightly mazy.
So we're there, and
You're all standing here. Also, you guys came forward to have a look at it. And since Minstrel's already seen it before, that is behind him. He'll be at the back of the group. So you're all currently looking at what appears to be a glowing...
We were going to get our visions.
Yeah, you can see things you remember from your past, people's death.
Oh god, my parents. Oh god. Oh, I
Remember
am
all those poor
absolutely.
slaves.
I peer into the light, and I just start screaming. I put up my hands over my eyes and just start screaming and hide in
It's
the corner.
not necessarily a negative effect. It's just showing you people you know who have died.
Yeah, but don't you
said it
remember?
was a negative effect. You said it
You
frightened
said you
me.
moved back before you felt like it would have a negative effect.
I
So
don't
you can
trust
look at it
it,
for
guys.
short.
Balador is screaming. He's absolutely panicking right now.
Ludwig, you can see someone you very recently remember.
I just start slightly crying and going, "Big Bert, I'm so sorry." And
Okay.
then do we notice like Balador like screaming and losing his shit?
You and
I'm
Merrick
standing at
are
the back giggling.
currently focused on your own thing. Minstrel, you would notice that.
Yeah, I'm giggling.
Okay.
Big
At
baby
which
York.
point, I would like Minstrel to make a perception check. $14. Okay, so you don't notice until he literally gets to there, as you now turn around and once again see the village elder from Maris behind you.
I sigh deeply and go, Merrick, you fucking idiot, you followed us.
Good. I want to ask him if he knows what this is. What?
You want to ask the undead man?
Mm-hmm. I'm not scared of undead.
As he now says, it looks directly towards Merrick and says, very simple. the end to a journey, as he now passes directly through Minstrel and Merrick before disappearing into the light in the center of the room.
It's a Ghostbuster
Also,
trap.
I would like Merrick and Minstrel both to make a Constitution saving throw.
3.
Okay, Merrick, you resist it. Minstrel, you have aged 10 years.
Damn it! Why wasn't I wearing my ring?
You know why.
I'm 28 now.
Yes, you are. You are suddenly 28 standing in front of everyone else, weirdly.
I don't think this is a scary thing. He's died and he's gone on to wherever
Right,
that is.
I'm going to take my bow out and I'm going to shoot it straight at the white light.
Okay. I would make an attack roll for me.
I'm going to make an attempt to stop him.
Okay, you will need to make an acrobatics check to be higher than his attack roll.
Probably not going to happen, but
11.
no.
Natural 1.
I've got minus
You,
1.
you get much too overconfident and try to grab the arrow as it just sails straight past your hand. And you got a 2, sorry. Even so. Minstrel, your arrow connects straight into the light, which does disappear, but your arrow has disintegrated into dust on the floor.
Worth it.
So, this is now going to be fun, because I didn't think anyone was going to attack the damn thing. I wrote something for it in case, but I didn't think it was going to happen.
I just don't trust it. I mean, evil. It aged me.
No, that was the ghost. All ghosts do that.
Yeah, but the ghost went into the gem.
Yeah,
Evil, horrible.
Into the glowing ball of light.
could have been the afterlife.
Well, it's gone now. I've killed it.
No, it's not dead. You can't kill it.
Okay. So, at which point, I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Can I, while that's sort of going on, be like slapping Balador, trying to sort of break him out of his freak out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, am I rolling a perception as well, even though I'm panicking?
We'll leave you off it for now. Since and Ludwig will leave you off as well.
Okay.
Just
Because
to-
you're breaking
To
him
be
out of
sure,
his scared
Craig,
thing.
just out of character quickly, you are aware why Balador is panicking right now.
Yeah, I'm fully aware, which is why I'll drop you from the perception thing. You're not quite sure what's going on. Okay, so, Minstrel, you don't notice a great deal. Merrick, you suddenly notice it looks a lot more dusty in here.
Okay. I'll relay that to everyone.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
everyone, you now know that the whole room appears to be covered in dust, whereas before it was clean.
How can I not notice that?
Hey, you missed it. You didn't miss it by much, but you missed it.
Didn't look down. You weren't
You
looking.
Merrick.
didn't look at the shelves.
Merrick, are you saying this room suddenly looks as though it's aged 10 years? I say in a suddenly deeper voice.
Suddenly all dirty, at least.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
are we going
update your
to
character
find out?
sheet, by the way.
So, are we attempting to find our way back out?
Yeah, I want to go back into the tavern.
Yeah, I don't think there's much use being here at the moment. Unless we can detect magic or something, but it seems to have disappeared, so.
Okay. So, I'll say you find your way back out easy enough because Minstrel's now done this journey a few times. So, you come out of the cellar and you look to where the inn was, and it's gone. It's completely gone.
Oh.
Oh, Merrick!
And as you walk out of as the last one of you walks out of the cellar is also now gone.
I'm relieved. I say, oh, thank Booga for that, or whatever the orcish god is.
Visibly distraught, visibly angry at Minstrel. So I was going to go in.
I didn't know if that would happen or if you guys would work out exactly what that was, but you now won't have the chance to find out for a while.
Oh. Do any of us, after seeing it, like, have any idea what it was?
Make an investigation check.
Gareth
Definitely
Keegan
going to do that.
investigates.
Yeah, everyone make an
Do-
investigation check.
Do
See-
I do another one? Because I already rolled a 20 on investigation. Oh no, it was perception.
Perception.
You can check help. +1.
Investigation +3.
Do we ever get more proficiencies, by the way?
Yeah, your proficiency goes up at the next level. Ballador, why did you just write number 18?
Because I rolled a 16
Oh, fair.
and I
Okay.
do.
Okay, so discussing it between you, using a combination of everything you've worked out, you feel that this must have been some form of waypoint for spirits before they pass to the afterlife.
Needless hostility.
About all you got. You're not quite sure why it's gone. You're not quite sure.
This, my friends, was a gateway into hell.
No.
I say,
No,
well,
definitely. It was.
I'm a holy man.
I say
think
when I
no.
looked into that portal, I saw people I put there personally, and those people don't deserve to go to hell. So I disagree with you.
I think maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves, and maybe it's not the afterlife, and I may have made a mistake, and this was actually the secret entrance to the halls of Glom.
Definitely don't believe
Fucking
that.
halls of Glom. Everything now, when you can't work out, is going to be the halls of Glom, isn't it?
What the fuck is
Yeah,
this? Halls of Glom?
No,
He
we
made a
tried
mistake.
that before.
Yeah, that's a long story.
But yeah. It's not something Ludwig would know.
Right? Can we? I say to the party, get the fuck out of here, please.
That was my chance to try and convene with my god.
Possibly. It could
Good.
be a different god. You don't know.
I'm going to try and go in. So I'm going to be angry with Minstrel for a fair while now,
Fair enough.
I think.
Okay. So we'll say you've carried on to Iredal. You've had to sleep out another night. But I actually thought you'd probably stay in the inn before this happened, so I didn't have anything planned for that night. So you
Okay.
camp out successfully and use rations.
My
While
spell
this
slap
is happening, I realise how awful what has happened to me is, and I put my Ring of Aging back on.
You sure?
Yeah,
been
because it's
cleansed,
not
but-
cursed anymore, is it?
No, it's still cursed. The Holy War just let you take it off.
Oh.
It's
I put it
still a
back-
cursed item.
I go to put it back on.
You go to put it back on, okay?
If anyone
I
wants to
need-
stop me, they're welcome to try.
I need all other players to make a perception check to see if they spot this as it's happening. I'm going to say shortly after dinner.
Oh, what did we have for dinner?
Rations, unfortunately.
I don't think I noticed somehow.
Nope, you spotted nothing. Ludwig spotted nothing, and Merrick spotted nothing. So Minstrel you have once again equipped it without complaint. You are once
28
again
years old.
under the same effect. Oh dear. Okay, you proceed now the next morning, closing the last section of distance to Iredal. You come into the city by the main gate. And are hang on, I'm just going to pull up the map for you. And send it through the chat so you can decide where you want to go.
I would like to go to the Adventurers Guild.
That is marked very kindly on the map for you.
I'm
I'm just about to pop it in. Sorry, 2 seconds. Town map.
going to say to Merrick, we need to pick up our reward. I want to work out what these are, holding the shadow fangs and teeth in my hand. And I would
There we
also
go.
like to buy some armor.
I'm
You
going to
come in by the bottom right entrance to get you in.
Okay.
By the bottom. Right, to the Adventurers Guild
Yeah,
then.
I'm happy to
I
go straight
suggest-
to the Adventures Guild.
Okay, so you head straight up the main street and have reached the square with the fountain.
I'll follow
Passing
behind.
passing merchant stores and various other places. You see the hustle and bustle of the city once again as you've travelled up, and you now come to the main entrance of the Adventurers Guild, across the square from the fountain. Upon entering, there is a young girl at reception. Go from here.
I say, greetings, young girl at reception. We are members of the Moras party. We've succeeded in our quest, and we've come to claim our reward.
Maris. Ah, you're under one of Jarek's team. Bear with me, I will fetch him for you. And my
Yes,
name is Tanya.
Pardon you?
Tanya.
Pardon me, what?
She's now got up and left the desk and has gone to fetch Jarek.
Oh,
We're waiting 5-10 minutes while she's gone to get him. Is there anything you'd like to look around at this point while you're in the entrance?
I'm going to remain meditatively thinking about my previous experience.
Is there anybody else milling about that we don't know?
There seems to be a hustle and bustle of adventurers, and as you look around, you can see the large notice board with multiple jobs posted on it.
Is there anybody who looks like a wizard?
You can see a few mages passing through.
I ask one of the mages if they know anything about these, holding the shadow fangs in my hand, or if they know anybody that might know something about them.
As you're randomly passing over to strangers in a hallway, one of them takes a quick look and goes, "They're demon fangs. You could either sell them or crush them for dark dust."
I see. And what is dark dust?
It's a component. It can be used for making a potion or two.
For
Right.
free. I say.
Possibly.
Or for?
As they now hurry out to catch up with the rest of their party, having been stopped by a large orc.
Come back!
It's too late.
At this point, Jarek is going to come down the hallway in his
Derek, good to see you.
Jarek, Jerrec.
Description of what he looks like, please.
The middle-aged dwarf, starting to get tints of white in his beard, but he's not quite.
Safe
He's
for
old enough
now.
to. He's old enough to still be going on adventures. So he is. Ah, yes. So you have completed your task. I was surprised it took you so long. I figured a few small monsters would be dealt with in a matter of hours. Please, join me in my office, as he guides you, and at which point he then notices the fourth member of your party, who he doesn't recognize, and says, "And who would this be?"
My bodyguard. He's in my employment.
He helped
Nice.
us.
I see. Well, it's unusual for Adventurers Guild members to have bodyguards, but we shall carry on regardless. As he now guides you back to the rather nicely furnished office you were shown to at your first meeting. He once again gestures for you to take a seat on the sofas as he sits behind his desk.
I will remain
Stay standing. Yeah.
Okay. So, you have dealt with the... What manner of beasts were they? The letter was non-specific.
Well, there was a goblin called
Mhm.
Ratbag, and he loved rats. And there was
a knoll, wasn't it?
there was a knoll
Wasn't that?
who also loved rats, but he loved eating them and not keeping them.
I see.
And
Dragon.
A dragon. Yep.
Dragon,
We-
you say? You
Yes.
mean to tell me the four of you killed a dragon? Was it an infant?
Well,
Not
we didn't kill it as
complicated,
such.
but-
We just defeated it in battle,
It was
and
being mind
accepted us as its
controlled.
masters.
I see. So you claim something.
I'd just like to raise. I engaged with the dragon, and I was able to talk it down and
Actually,
resolve the situation without conflict. Unlike Balador, who was fully intending to kill the wise creature.
my potion gave you the opportunity to do that.
So we're now
Please,
bickering.
please, stop.
You weren't the hero you thought you were.
I slammed my fist down on the table.
So you left your task incompleted.
No,
No, it turned out that the dragon was being controlled by a snake god creature, and
Naga.
A Nagi, you say?
please refrain from using such language in front of me. That's
We were
our
told-
word we use for us.
we were told at Morris that we had completed it satisfactorily and they were happy with what we'd done.
I
Yeah,
see. And did
I
you
beheaded
bring
the Naga.
any evidence of this?
Yeah, just go speak to the village elder.
I
I
Yeah, he
believe
said-
he gave out of character, guys. I believe he gave you a letter.
Hmm.
I did mention if you want to hand that over at some point.
I don't
Oh
have.
right, yeah. Okay, I hand him over the letter. Did he give it to me? I don't know.
I
Don't
would have
remember.
assumed you give it to Merrick, but we'll go with you've got it for now for some reason. Okay, as he now reads over the letter. Very well. As he now takes out a small wooden chest from underneath his desk and opens it onto the table in front of you.
I
That's
look
a
inside
nice
the
little
What's in
chest.
box you've got.
Inside the chest, sorry, I'm just pulling up the reward list. Inside the chest, there is 1,200 gold pieces.
Oh, that's almost enough to buy some plate armor.
As he now also hands each of you.
You've got some complicated maths because I get 25% of Simon's.
You guys can work that out.
Yeah, I mean, what's that?
That's just 100.
300 each, and then whatever 25% you take from.
75 is 25% of that.
Oh, I thought it was
Complicated maths, my ass.
75.
100.
Ah,
said
my
we
D and
could split it
GCSE.
You got D in GCSE maths.
I did too. Yeah.
I got an A.
Oh, where have I left that
I
picture?
never used it.
Wait, how much money did we get each?
300.
So there
You
was
got
a total of
200.
1,200, which means 300 apiece, and 75 of yours goes unfortunately to Minstrel because you agreed to that.
Yep.
300 gold.
I've lost
A
my
pittance.
picture. That's annoying.
I've only got 400.
I
500.
got,
even.
I got 600.
I'm 3 silver away from 500.
I'm almost
Ah,
halfway.
here it is.
I want to give Balador 10 gold for the booze earlier that he managed to get me.
I say,
Okay.
oh, thank you, having no memory of this, but okay. I would always gladly accept gold.
Okay. He also then hands out to the first three of you these. You can imagine them nicer printed, as you are now official members of the Adventurers Guild.
Is that like a sheriff's badge? Does that mean we can like arrest
It's an actual badge you can wear on your clothes
Okay.
I'm going to place that in a pocket.
in a pocket.
Can I
Okay.
try and like see what it's made of? Like if it's made of gold or something.
It's made of brass.
Brass, Ozzy.
I'm going to melt it down.
I'll need a few of them. They're not like actual shields, they're like little
No.
badges. And he then turns and says, "Very well, and will you be joining our guild here, young Tortle?"
Young?
Well, you're all young by my standards.
I'll keep to my bodyguard work. Thanks, boy.
All young by his standards.
Dwarves live about 300 years.
Oh,
But-
yeah, I suppose he's.
Tortles don't live very long.
No, I'm like
I was gonna say,
2,000 away.
I thought he was middle aged.
Well, yeah,
He is middle aged, that makes him like 150.
I see.
I'm only in my 70s.
Right. I would like to ask Derek if there is a resident wizard in this city who could help me with a certain task I need completing.
Well, the magic quarter over towards the north entrance around the well up that way is probably your best bet. However, we do have several at the guild, as well as a small library out the back.
do you
Also,
by any
I
chance have
believe one of you said something about a naga. How did you deal with it?
I beheaded it.
I see, and
I'm going to make a correction.
okay.
We did defeat it in battle. One head was
I'm
sliced.
gonna interject and charm Merrick.
I think I
Jarek.
No, Merrick.
Oh, Merrick, okay. Sorry, the names are similar, and fucking Baldor's been saying Derek for the last 5 minutes.
I have locked on Serenity, so I've got advantage on it.
Okay,
I think.
so what are you charming with? Charm person.
Charm person.
Okay, so make your roll, and you get advantage to roll 2 and take the higher. It's a wisdom saving throw, I believe, correct? No, charisma. Oh no, I'm going to double check the spell, hang on. But give me 2 seconds.
I don't get anything for charisma anyway.
Yeah, hang on. It might not be charisma, because it might just be what his DC is. Charm.
I think I only get +3 on this, don't I? Charisma.
It is a wisdom saving throw, Merrick.
Oh, right. So I get +4.
Okay, so make your rolls. You get 2 and take the higher.
It's 1.
Minstrel, you do not roll for this. It's just your spell save DC.
He's already avoided
so
it.
the spell has no effect.
Anyway, yeah. So we'll correct that and say it fled. We
It
chopped
fled,
one
you
head
say.
off.
But
Valador chopped one head off, but
I see. And what colour was the beast? It wasn't green, was it?
it was purpley colour,
Hmm.
I believe.
So you managed to fight a spirit now. Okay.
Is Merrick going to respond to the fact that I just charmed him?
No, I'm not happy with you anyway. So it's not changed my opinion.
You're going to ignore it for now just because he's an asshole.
Too serene, I didn't even notice.
Fair enough. So it sounds like this was a spirit Naga. You may wish to be careful. They are known to hold a grudge. I would find it and finish it off if I were you.
We are aware of that, yeah. On our list of things to do.
Fair enough. Feel free to ask for information around the guild if you wish to find it. I'm sure someone will have spotted it at some point. We have many members travelling about.
Thank you.
Please also make use of our facilities, and we have a room set up for you. Although there are currently only 3 beds, we shall have to get another one.
Derek, is there perchance a brass bra in this building? Brass brassiere?
A brazier, you say? Well, my mother's one seemed to have a lot of support in it back in the day, but I don't think it was
Is
made
there
of brass.
perchance a brass brazier in this building?
No, but the trade district should certainly have what you're looking for.
Derek.
Jarek. He now corrects you, having
Jaywick.
got annoyed with this.
Is there any way I can persuade you into granting us additional boons to aid in our journey?
And what job were you planning to take on? Have you looked over the board already?
No, but you have just told us to maybe finish off that Naga.
It's a recommendation. It's not a task I'd need to assign you, surely. This is for your own benefit.
Don't you dare call me Shirley.
Oh, is there any boon that you can grant us in advance of undertaking a job for the Adventurers Guild?
Well, if you were to take a job, there's always your advance payment, and some of our quests do come with items attached that you can take beforehand.
To the board.
To the board, I guess.
Okay. Don't want to investigate anything, or?
No, my persuasion clearly failed, so to the board.
Well, you could have said you were trying to persuade him to give you something extra for killing the dragon, but sure, to the board.
I'm still contemplating.
Okay, you're still contemplating. So are you going to sit in the office and contemplate, or are you going to just walk behind them, head in hand?
Just, yeah, slowly following.
Fair enough. Ludwig, I'll assume you're sticking to Minstrel's side as you've been hired.
Yep, I'm just walking along, twiddling daggers, looking like a scary fuck.
Okay. So, as you now come to the Great Job notice board, there are tasks arranged on it. From the far left, they appear to be easier, and the further right you go, the more dangerous they seem.
I'd like to look on the furthest right.
Okay. The furthest right, there is only 3 tasks at this section. There is a red flyer, a green flyer, and a blue flyer. Which would you like to look at first?
Well, in that order, I'm gonna, being a gambling man, I'm gonna roll a d3.
Okay. 2. So you take, it was red, green, blue, so you pick up the green one first. The green flyer details a job in which it asks you to deal with an invasive species which has moved into a forest near quest list. Alright, 2 seconds.
You're welcome.
Near Lakeview Town, which I did not name well. The total reward for the job is 10,000 gold pieces. Its description is limited of the creature, however, it does simply describe them as invasive species.
That's the only description.
That is
This
the only.
Avengers Guild shoddy, isn't it?
They only get the information which is sent from the town.
We have a job to do a thing.
It wants you to exterminate the entire species that's moved in there.
Badgers.
It
I
could
think
well be killer badgers.
Everyone, I think this one, although it's in the hard section and it's got a substantial gold reward, I believe this task is regarding badgers, so it should be quite easy.
I
Do you want to look at one of the other ones first?
Oh, okay.
The Lakeview is quite a long way.
It's a fair trek away.
Although it does
Okay,
lead
we'll
past
say-
Godholm.
Do you want to look at the red or the blue quest next?
Blue.
Okay. The blue quest has a request to slay a blue dragon, which appears to have grown too large for the area it's living in. It lives out to the to the south of Tarin in the Elven Woods. The creature has been described as highly aggressive, as well as monstrous in size.
I think that one we should
And that
leave.
was easier than the badgers.
Wait for it. The reward for this quest is 15,000 gold, as well as any loot you manage to find from the dragon.
Do we would any of or would I know like sort of how dangerous a dragon is compared to like us lot, or
Considering you just came across one that would be considered large, a
Yeah, that one's
monstrous-sized one would be at least twice the size.
And that one nearly killed or took like half my hit points in one hit.
Yeah.
And it's in Tarin, which is miles away.
And finally, we'll
Check it,
say
please.
the red quest.
Although, presumably, regarding distance, we could get a carriage from a city, could we not?
You could
Oh,
take
yes.
a carriage to take you
Land vehicles.
at least to the next large city,
No,
at which point you'd have
Going
to
up there,
pay to replace the horses, etc.
I don't wish to go that far north as yet.
And finally,
Be my input.
the last quest in this section is the red quest. This one comes from the King of Hollow Tree itself. It has no cash reward required. However, it specifies it requires people who know how to break a deal signed with a devil.
Oh, that sounds one reserved solely for Merrick.
That's
Hollow Tree's
useful.
even further away.
But,
Hollow
we can
Tree
take-
is the main elven city.
I mean, if we take the flyers, does that mean we have to accept it, or we can just?
You take it over to
decide.
the counter to accept it. And they'd assign your team to it and then take it off the board for everyone else.
I mean, if there's no cash reward or anything, we
There is no
could just-
cash reward, however, it is specified a reward will be provided by the king in Hollow Tree.
can just take note of it. Perhaps.
You are also looking at the hardest quests to warn you.
Maybe should
Well,
try and find something closer.
can we look at
Yeah,
the medium quests?
So you want to come to about the middle of the board. We'll
Yeah.
say for ease of purpose, they've marked from 1 star at the far left to 5 stars at the far right. So
Think-
you want to come down to the 3-star sort of level
Look
quest.
at a 2 or a 3 or something.
Okay. So 2-star quest. There's a number of jobs here. There's about 8 different flyers, mostly being local exterminations of pests or guarding contracts.
Well, I'm going to roll a D8. And that's going to be the flyer I pick up to take a look at.
Okay.
So, whichever one's number 4.
Why is that not showing up in my thing? You just put it at the end of
wrong
session.
channel.
That's fine. It's full. So, looking at number 4, there is a sign wanted for explorers in Devil's Point. They claim to have found an old ruin and would like help exploring it.
Where is this?
Devil's Point is to the southwest, about the same sort of distance Pasto was away. It's one of the 3 sections below Iridal.
Oh, yes, the famed Venus
Okay.
Peninsula.
I
I
used
see
an
it.
auto map generator, so yes, some of it doesn't look right. They claim to have found an old ruin and would be willing to split any treasures found inside.
I mean, that's okay.
Sounds more like our sort of thing.
It's leading me away from where I ultimately want to go.
I'm a
Well,
free spirit, so I'll go wherever the coin is.
fair enough.
Where I want to go is far, far to the west. East, sorry.
I'm going to remind you then, Merrick, you want to collect the hammer first.
Yeah, I mean, that's just my ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal, is to end up over there having found it.
I know, I just don't want to go too far out of the way.
Well,
Let's go
we're
to
going to go
Devon.
over most of the continent while this one's going. Do you want to look at any other flyers?
I'm a
Ballador
gambling
is
man,
visibly bored.
so I'm nominate Devil's Point.
Sure.
Sounds like a cool place to hang out.
Let's go to
Okay.
Devil's Point.
So,
But first, I would like to go find myself a wizard who can help me cast my Find Familiar spell.
we'll say you spend the day and the night using the facilities the Adventurers Guild has provided. Ballador, you're going to go try and find a brass brazier and the supplies in the market.
I'd like to go find a Fletcher, if possible. See if I can get a better longbow.
Okay, so you're going to head to the trade district as well.
I would like to inquire as to a temple or something nearby.
This is a more secular town. There are not many temples about, but
Some religious
if you have
man.
a quick look at the map, the area outside, you can see the big circle at the bottom. That's the parliamentary keep. You would know that. And the area around there is what's known as the spiritual sector. It's not necessarily religious, but you could have a look around there.
Okay, I'd like to go.
Okay, so I'll need you to make an investigation check if you're going around there. Ballador,
Okay.
you walk into a large marketplace and are immediately flooded by merchants trying to sell you everything under the sun.
Well, using my strength, I push my way through them, and I try and find a magical appraiser of some kind.
Okay, so you're looking for the magic shop. There is a man who's sitting at a stall outside who claims he can do this for you.
I say, "Oh, very good. Show me the brass brazier,
Brazier.
the brass brazier."
He brings out an actual brass bra because you said brazier.
And I say, "Oh, forgive me. Common is not my first language. I meant this," and I draw him a picture of a brass brazier.
He says, "Wait here one moment," as he heads inside to briefly pick something out. He brings it out. It looks to weigh about 30 pounds.
And it's a brass brazier.
It is, in fact, a brass brazier.
I would like to rent this off you so I can cast a spell.
Well, you'll need an area to set it up in. Let's say I'll take a 5 gold deposit, and you can bring it back tomorrow morning.
Okay. And now I would like to... I assume it's not hard to find myself a bag of all the other ingredients needed?
There's plenty enough merchants about selling things.
Right. And is there somebody who can appraise the 3 gems I have?
Appraiser of gems. One of the merchants will look it over. He very quickly comes up and says, "You appear to have a few garnets here, and one. What on earth is that? Oh, a jade.
Very good. How much will you give me for them?
I'd give you 10 gold for each of the garnets. They're not very large. And for the jade, I suppose I could stretch to 15 gold.
So in total, that's 35.
Yeah.
Deal. I'm not a haggler,
Okay.
and I'll
So
take this hand axe for free.
very kind. He then places that delicately on his stall. Minstrel, you wanted to find a Fletcher. You've gone to the trade district. You very easily managed to find someone selling arrows.
I would also just quickly one last thing: try and find a trident.
A trident.
Yeah.
You don't have any luck finding a trident, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's not the sort of thing they tend to sell in non-coastal villages or towns. Okay, Minstrel, you managed to find someone who appears to be selling bows and arrows.
Okay, so I'd like to approach him and say, "Hail!
Hello there. How can I
Hi.
help you this good day?
My name's Minstrel. I'm from the Adventurers Guild. Just wondering if you can help me with something? ? Hashtag.
What would you like?
I
Good.
take out my longbow
Hmm.
and I show it to him, and I inquire whether there are any enhancements that can be made or any upgrades in stock.
He looks it over and says, "It's of good construction. To improve it handling at all, you'd probably need some form of better wood.
Hey.
Although a quality bowstring might," and he hands you a few of his own selection. "These might be good in case it should ever break."
I see. So, do I not place an order, or do you not have wood in stock? This
Higher
longbow, you
quality
see.
wood would be an expensive thing. We normally trade with a few unusual merchants here and there to get it, but it would be rather costly.
Can I inquire about the cost? You seem very hesitant to give me a number.
Not at all, because I'm slightly looking it up on my phone for what a plus one weapon would cost.
I'm actually quite surprised at the quality of the weapon, considering it was made by a crappy blacksmith.
So cost would be more. Get you a good base for it with decent materials would cost approximately 2,000 gold for a high quality piece.
I see. Well, okay. At which point, I take my bow back off him and pocket the bowstrings and
Cut his
say, "Good day to you, sir."
Make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a poor man. I've got 400 gold. 1d20 plus 6.
Yep, you managed to pocket them without him noticing. You
Woohoo!
add 5 bowstrings.
And I'll put them in my bag of holding.
Okay, we'll come to Merrick next. Merrick, you were looking. You find a small temple around the spiritual district. You're not entirely sure which god it seems to be to, because there are multiple markings of various gods up on the wall.
Can I see any hammers? like
You
symbols?
don't see a symbol of Tyr up on the wall, no. Yours is one of the lesser known gods.
Gonna find a quiet place and sit there.
There is a small altar set up, so you could kneel and pray there should you wish.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gonna stay there for some time.
Okay. So that just leaves. Is everyone now heading back for the end of the day?
At the very
Palador,
end.
you're casting your spell, aren't you?
Yes, I would like to cast my
So
spell.
you set up just outside the town to set up your ritual.
Good.
So you now manage to cast Find Familiar.
Nice. So I now have a familiar. Where
Yes.
do I write
What
that?
form would you like it to take?
I would like a hawk.
A hawk. Not on the list. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry, my apologies. Okay, I will just quickly make note of that.
Where is this list, by the way? Because I had a lot of trouble
It's on
finding.
the spell details.
Right, okay. Well, I'm just going to go for hawk for now anyway. I can change it.
Okay. The hawk has advantage when you want to use it for wisdom and perception checks.
Yep, and it can fly, which is probably quite handy.
It can fly a total of 60 feet in a single turn. Actually, doesn't have a terrible attack, but
I
it
don't
gets
think
+5 to hit.
don't think it can attack.
It can attack.
Can it? Oh, okay.
It behaves as the animal, but with...
Yeah,
Don't-
well, I won't be using it to attack. He's my
Fair
pet.
enough.
And
Okay.
his name's Magical Bart.
It's magical Bart.
Yeah, and he's a what's the neutral one? Fae.
Fair enough. So, Faye.
I'll just write Magical Bart on my thing.
Yeah,
I'll
just
remember he's a hawk.
also put in brackets Faye. Put it in your equipment list for now. Just assume it's on your shoulder. Okay, let's do quick skill
I
bonus.
can put it in like a magical dimension, can't I? And just summon it out of that dimension.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to.
But for now,
Okay.
yeah, I'll keep him on my shoulder because I want to show off to the rest of the party.
Okay, you all meet back at the Adventurers Guild as the evening's worn on. Did anyone want to go out drinking for the evening?
I assume I can't because I'm doing this ritual.
I'd
Uh,
like
Would say that takes an hour, so you've done that and have come back as sundown sort of hits.
I'd
I
like
come
to go to the. Sorry.
I come back and I enter the room and I say, "Ladies and gentlemen, meet Magical Bart." And
I
Magical
meet
Bart.
Magical Bart and clap.
And then, yeah, okay. I can't talk through him, can I? I could just
No.
see.
You
see
can
him.
use his eyes, sort of.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the busiest tavern that I
Okay,
can see.
so heading from there, you head to the
I'll
nearest
follow him, I'll
tavern,
follow him.
which appears to have a good crowd. That will be the Drunken Frog.
Now,
Is it-
as I approach the drunken frog, I'd like to make a big show and dance of me entering the tavern
Okay.
because my intention is to put on a performance.
Okay, make a performance check, and I'm going to say, Balador, you were following him, weren't you?
Yeah.
Make a quick perception check for me.
And me.
And you. Okay, also make a perception check.
I'm going to say Merrick's gone back to the room to sleep.
Fair enough. Ludwig, if you also make a perception check. Okay, Ludwig, you notice that the patrons seem to mostly be members of the Adventurers Guild. Balador, they just seem to be a somewhat rough lot, as if they're used to fighting and all sorts.
And the performance I'm going to put on is about the brave adventurers of the Adventurers Guild.
Okay,
Led by
so
Balador.
you've managed to get a 19. Let's see what the people think of it. You managed to collect in a show of tribute 21 gold pieces.
Well, thank you.
I hold out my hand, asking for my share.
I ignore Balador,
Fair enough.
pocket the gold, and in fact, you know what? I think I'm going to buy Balador and keep forgetting his name,
Ludwig.
Ludwig, a beer.
Okay, so mark off 1 silver for them, and if you want to drink as well, 5 more copper. Now,
God, what the hell did I buy them?
an ale. They're 5 copper apiece.
I drink the ale.
So where on my list I've got 428 gold, 1
Yeah.
silver, and 36 copper. That's
So
not
take off-
36 copper.
No, that would be the equivalent of 3 silver. But you can
Okay.
change it out with the bartender if you like.
Yeah, no, got it. Okay,
Dean Copper.
I'll change that.
So that goes to 3 silver as you've traded it up.
Yep.
So you've now got 3 silver and 1 copper with your gold. Okay. So Now, who's going to stay out drinking and who's going to retire at a sensible hour?
I'm going to retire now. I think I've done my performance. I'm knackered.
Okay,
He's gonna
Ludwig.
I'm going to keep drinking until I cannot drink anymore.
Okay, and Ballador.
Well, I can't turn down an opportunity to get drunk, can I?
Okay, that's 2. I am so glad I wrote a mechanic for staying out drinking all night.
Definitely come in handy with them too.
Okay, 38 for Ludwig, and 13 for Ballador. So, Ballador, you've managed to get into a bar brawl. You have been detained by the guards, as you were too drunk to defend yourself properly from them, and have woken up in the cells. Ludwig, you have gotten excessively drunk and spent 3 gold on junk food in the evening.
Right.
So you've woken up the next morning in a cell.
I shout, guard.
A guard immediately comes over.
I'm hungry. What's for breakfast?
He hands you some fairly stale bread and a mug of water and says, "You can pay your fine yourself now you've sobered up drunk.
How much is the fine, guard?
10 gold pieces."
Oh.
Expensive night.
Right, I hand him 10 gold pieces.
Okay. So he now opens the door and allows you to leave. You find yourself... where's my map gone? No. Wait. You find yourself just off the pillory boxes to the north entrance of town, where you are being held in what is equivalently the drunk tank.
Pillory box. Oh, I see, right.
The
Okay.
square marks on the map.
Alright, I'm going to head to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. Ludwig, you managed to find your way most of the way back, but laying on the front steps with some kebab essentially down the front of you.
Beautiful.
Teach you to get drunk.
I want a kebab. Kebab? No, I wish all the kebab shops weren't closed.
The kebab shops at this point would be closed. It's morning. You can eat the rest of it off Ludwig. If you want when you get there.
I meant IRL, but okay.
Oh, fair. Merrick and Minstrel, you two have woken up in the room.
In the same bed?
We'll call the session there because it's coming awfully close to 10 o'clock.
Shall we do experience before we
We
end?
shall indeed. I'm just going to finish the recording and then I'll be right with you.
Vote to kick Ludwig.
Come on, why didn't that work?
Craig, leave.